That's where I would get.
Skull.
He would never card you there. So we'd drive all the way from Alabaster. And then go back.
Well, they're so over the top on carding now. And, Jack just graduated from high school a month ago, and we were at dinner last night. And so I go up to the bar because we're sitting at a bar table, and I ordered a drink, and I ordered him a lemonade because that's kind of his go-to, a lemonade or a water. And they give me this big frozen lemonade that has just got a ton of vodka in it. And, of course, he was excited about it, but, we didn't do anything about it. Just let him knock it out.
You're driving him. It's no big deal. All right, that's the show today. Again, tomorrow, 1 hour of the normal next round, and then 2 hours of Tyler and LT with a classic watch. You can watch along with them the movie Jaws. And we say go ahead and have a alternate screen and cue it up and watch it with them. It'd be the best way to enjoy it, right?
Definitely.
Yes.
You get to watch the movie and hear our commentary on it, because we can't have the actual movie on YouTube.
No, and we will bring enough shark attacks for the entire class. Now, I forgot that both Scott and Brooks are out tomorrow, and so is Brown. So we've got a really, really light staff. One of the reasons we're doing the abbreviated.
Yeah, and I'm bouncing at 10 as well. I'll make a brunch date with somebody.
It's okay. I'll drink your shark attack for you.
No, okay. Well, yeah, I want to see you drink. I've never seen you drink, I don't think.
I've seen him drink, but I've never been around him long enough while he's drinking to see what the after effect is.
Yeah, I think the only time I ever saw you have a cocktail was at Trample by Tacos outdoor show that we did there last year.
Yeah, but he did kickoff party. He was knocking back some cocktails.
Oh yeah, the Walk-Ons has that Death Valley drink.
No, I do remember you had one of those.
Yeah, and that's like a damn Harry's bucket.
Yeah,
it's
I
a
remember
32-ounce cup that's got everything in it. I think he had multiple. Did he have two of them?
Yeah, I had two of them, and then I took a break after that.
Yeah, I was talking. I had so many friends there. I was talking to the guy who won the bourbon. A group of my friends won the bourbon from Shannara, and then Sterling was there with a table full of people. So I was missing all the outdoor stuff. I was inside with everybody.
And then there was that one sponsor that was like real short-lived that said they were going to feed all of us, and then they brought you guys like a plate to share, and the back room got nothing. You remember that, Scott? We got some Moscow mules and no food.
I recall that, yes.
I don't remember this. Was this the one with the shark in the drink, by the way?
I don't think so.
Oh, I think
this place is now closed.
Okay, because this place came and they brought shark attacks, but they wanted their sharks back. Do you remember that?
Right.
I remember that too.
I was like, I got to get my novelty toy shark back?
Yeah. And they wanted their cups back.
Cheap bastards.
That'd be a great alternative show, too. A list of sponsors that didn't make it.
I was expecting a full lunch, and I had a single hush puppy and then vodka.
Yeah. By the way, that's not a one-cheater I give future clients. Hey, these are the 21 clients that we've shut down. The doors are.
It wasn't our fault.
They're closed.
It wasn't our fault.
We obviously didn't help.
It wasn't our fault that the nachos were great for the first 6 months it was open, and then after that you started cutting corners, right?
That's true.
I mean, that's happened. I can't tell you how many restaurants. Like, I hate to say the name, but there was a place on 280 that was always a bad location, but I thought this one was going to hang around for a while. And for a moment, it was serving great food, and then the quality of food started to.
Oh, well, look, anytime somebody sells out to these big groups, it's the first thing that happens. Quality's going down.
It just ends up being whatever products they get from Cisco, but stuck in a microwave.
Yeah. Like one of the golf courses I go to used to have one of the best cafeteria lunch concession like stand inside the clubhouse, and now they've turned it over to a guy, and it is cutting corners everywhere. Like you can tell the chicken fingers and the French fries and all that's just cut open or items
sad
and poured out there. But I'm sure it's turning a profit. That's the show. We're back with you tomorrow. Until next time, God bless you. God bless America.
Next Round shirts, Next Round hoodies, and Next Round hats are all in one place. NextRound.store. Find your favorite piece of gear from your favorite show and put it in your rotation. You never know. You might be in one of our videos showing Next Round gear being worn all over the world. Find all your favorite Next Round gear by visiting NextRound.store. Place an order for you and that big Next Round fan in your life at NextRound.store. Look your best at work, at school, at the stadium, or anywhere you go wearing Next Round gear from NextRound.store.
When you trust a doctor with your life, they owe you proper care. If medical negligence left you or a loved one injured, you deserve answers and compensation. Alexander Sonar trial attorneys have recovered over $2 billion for their clients harmed by medical errors, misdiagnoses, and surgical mistakes. They fight hospitals and insurance companies so you can focus on healing. Don't wait. Medical malpractice cases have strict deadlines in Alabama. Call Alexander Sonar trial attorneys now for a free consultation. 659-777-7777 or alexwins.law. You pay nothing unless they win. Physical office location, Birmingham.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. The Next Round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
Live show now on a Monday and NFL talk later on. Sort of good news for Terrion Arnold, and what a great investment it is to own an NFL team. One has sold, and the price is up 59% from the last time an NFL team sold. We'll get to all of that and a ton of college football. Welcome back to Brownie over there.
Hey, good to see you guys.
And welcome back to everyone who survived Jaws on Friday. Brown walked back and he's like, "What the hell happened?"
Well, there was popcorn everywhere.
I mean, that's pathetic, though, that we pay the least that we pay.
I know.
And these fuckers won't come in here and
They didn't.
vacuum popcorn.
I did.
I mean, my gosh.
I did this morning.
Well, I worried about that a little bit, but I told Bo, I was like, you know what? And by the way, you know who was sitting there? It was Tyler.
Tyler.
There was
very
no
messy.
popcorn on my side, but
Very
I told
messy.
Bo, I said, there's no chance they go the entire weekend. I know they're going to cut the air off on us, but there's no chance they'll go the entire weekend without cleaning that
Well,
out.
guess what?
Sometimes they don't even lock up.
Amazing.
I'm not even kidding. Like, we've got all this equipment in here, and they don't bother locking. So
Let's not advertise
I don't know about
that.
you, Tyler. The shark attack was the worst decision we made, though. I didn't realize how much liquor was in that thing.
There was a lot.
Oh,
Yeah.
y'all drink called the shark attack.
Maddie made us
At about
fish
10
bowls
a.m.
with shark attacks, and it was
Oh.
like rum, coconut, and vodka. And so we were just sipping on that like innocently, just watching 2 hours and 4 minutes of Jaws. And the next thing you know, I'm like, man, my Friday is taking a turn.
Yeah. Well, obviously, so did Tyler's because he missed his mouth more than he made it in there.
Yeah, it makes a lot more sense now. Yeah.
He did.
I mean,
Yeah,
makes a lot
sorry
more
about
sense.
that. I for
No,
sure. I
it's
told
not.
Bo, man, like I don't want Brown to
No.
get back, and he's got a bunch of popcorn, but there was no way.
no
Tyler
big
was
deal.
eating popcorn like this. He was like,
It's all
just
down his
spilling out.
shirt.
You can go see that 2 hour and 4 minute Jaws sort of an LT Tyler cut on Friday's show. You can go check it out, hours 2 and 3.
Got good
and
feedback on it.
enjoy
Good.
that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So that was on Friday, and Brownie is back from vacation, rested, tanned, thinner, ready to golf.
Thinner. I don't know how, man. All I do is eat on vacation.
Ready to golf.
I am always ready to golf.
We'll get to our 40 and 40 coming up. I've got the hardest start bench cuts in the history of the show.
Okay.
Do you want to start it off with that?
Yeah,
Yes.
sure.
You said you
Yeah.
had 7 of them?
I've got 7 start bench cuts,
Now these are usually pretty difficult.
and these are the hardest I've ever
Okay.
done.
Now, are we
6
going
of them
NFL?
6 of them are quarterbacks. They're all college.
Okay.
They're all college football. One is not not a quarterback. So I'll start with that one. Start, bench, and cut. It's just like, the game you play when you're in high school or college, whenever you play that game. Cam Coleman, Malachi Toney, Jeremiah Smith. Start, bench, cut.
It's got to be Cam Coleman.
Yeah, Cam is cut. Not even close.
Yeah, he's the least proven.
Wow.
No,
Not
but he's
even
the least
close.
proven.
Going crazy
Yeah.
over
He's
Cam
the
Coleman.
he's the least proven. I mean, I've seen Malachi Toney, what he can do, and I've certainly seen what Jeremiah Smith can
Jeremiah
do.
Smith is starting for me.
Yeah.
I love Malachi Toney.
But
They're
he's
really
on my
close.
bench.
He's on my bench.
Yeah,
and
I'm
then,
with Lance on this one, and I got to cut Cam Coleman.
Cam's not even close.
Well, but all this offseason, everyone.
I know. No, I agree. And
I
there's-
have some questions about Cam Coleman too, but
No.
you guys have made me feel like I'm going to look like an idiot.
No.
when he
I
gets to
think that
Texas.
there's reason to be excited about him, but you've just compared him to maybe the two best receivers in college football.
Yeah, and right now I would put Cam Coleman as the third best, but there's a massive drop-off based on production. Like Malachi Toney, only one true freshman year, but the difference maker he was, not only offensively, but the ability to flip the field on special teams, and then obviously Jeremiah Smith. I mean, he is one of those receivers, if the team doesn't need quarterback, I mean, he could go number one overall.
Yeah.
So he's the kind of guy that will go high in the draft because.
Yeah, like if the Raiders win 3 games again, and they just took Mendoza and they took Genty the year before, I could see them take Jeremiah Smith. Probably would trade out, but I mean, I could see it.
Here's what I would say. I think the decision between starting Smith and benching Toney was the most difficult decision of the 3.
Mm-hmm.
Cam was
it. This is probably your easiest.
That was probably my easiest.
Yeah, well, we're going quarterbacks now.
Okay. Let's go Arch Manning, Trinidad Chambliss, Dante Moore.
That is difficult.
I'm just going production from last year. I'm starting Dante Moore. I am benching Trinidad Chambliss, and I am cutting Arch Manning.
All right. I'm going to do something different from Lance here because I am going to bank on Trinidad Chambliss can't replicate last year. So I'm starting Dante Moore, benching Arch Manning, and cutting Trinidad Chambliss.
I can't believe, though, 2 for 2 on Texas for me.
So you cut Arch.
I kind of like this is where this is trending.
You've cut Arch and Cam Coleman.
Okay, you cut Arch, and I agree with Brown. I mean, he's lost his head coach, offensive-minded head coach, but also Charlie Weiss Jr., the play caller.
Yeah, and I just, even with those guys, I would still have my doubts that he could replicate what he did last year.
Yeah, and I guess my mentality is a little bit different. I'm playing all even. Like, these guys are playing for the same team, and who I would rather have talent-wise, in their situation. Yeah, Arch is in a much better situation than Trinidad.
People are starting Trinidad, says Landmine Believer.
Yeah, cut Arch, start Trinidad.
Yeah, Dante Moore would definitely be my starter, and Trinidad would be the bench.
Sam Levitt, start bench cuts, if you're just tuning in. Sam Levitt, Marcel Reed, Gunnar Stockton.
Boy, you love Gunnar Stockton.
Yeah, I'm going to start Gunnar. I am going to bench Sam, and I am going to cut
Marcel
Reed.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to flip, and again, my gut tells me Lane Kiffin always gets good quarterback play. LSU's always got good talent at the skills. I'm going to say I'm starting Sam Levitt, benching Gunnar Stockton, and I also am cutting Marcel Reed.
Wow. I think it's an interesting year for Reed.
Yeah.
Like, Reed was better than advertised, had really good receivers, and, Craver and Concepcion are now on to the NFL.
Loses an offensive coordinator that a lot of people thought contributed heavily to that season in Colin Klein, now the head coach at K-State. This is unfair to Reed because he doesn't face this every week, but boy, when he faced that Miami defense, it was a different ball game for him. And I hate to say that because I'm an SEC guy, but I'm like, he went through the SEC and he probably didn't struggle. He did struggle in the first half against South Carolina. That was a weird half.
Ironically, over the last 5 years, Texas A&M's in their best quarterback situation, and LSU and both Georgia have had much better quarterback situations over the last 5 years.
Start bench cut, Keelan Russell, Austin Matt, Jet Tamala. No, I'm kidding. Kalen DeBoer really has to decide that.
Yeah,
here we go.
That might be the most difficult.
I mean, that's really what they're deciding.
Yeah.
Byrum Brown, Lenora Sellers, Keelan Russell.
Byrum Brown, Lenora Sellers, Keelan Russell.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to start Sellers really close with Byrum Brown, though. Byrum Brown, to me, is more consistent, but he's done it at a less level, and I just think the upside from Sellers is crazy. And then Russell might end up being, the next Cam Newton, who knows, but I just hadn't seen it, so I'm cutting him.
Okay, say that again for the edit.
Sellers, I'm starting. Brown, I am benching, but it's very, very close between those two. And just because I haven't seen Russell, I'm going to cut him.
Brown?
The easy thing to do is cut Keelan Russell because you haven't seen him play, and you don't even know if he's going to be the starter. But let me say this.
Yeah, you don't.
Austin Mack could be the starter. I think it'll be Keelan Russell, but it could be Austin Mack. Let me say this on the outset before I start venture cut anyone. I was about to say I'm not going to be surprised, but I'll just go ahead and say it. Keelan Russell's numbers at the end of the year will be better than Byrum Brown's.
Oh yeah.
So that's not a surprise.
That wouldn't surprise me at all. Yeah.
Now, he may not start, so that's going to be your issue there.
Well, I mean, I would just say, like, Jalen Milroe was very uneven, but the
Yeah.
numbers were great when the numbers were great. I mean, you go back
I sent some numbers
I can't
yeah.
remember when a quarterback didn't have a good year under Caleb.
That's right.
DeBoer,
I mean,
so.
and that's really confidence in the head coach at the quarterback position. Now, people are tearing Kalen DeBoer apart day after day for a lot of things, but the one thing you really can't say anything negative about is the quarterback production under him.
Look,
year
and I
after
think
year.
Golish is a really good offensive mind, and I know Alabama fans will roll their eyes at this. But right now, if you ask me, hey, you can have Byrum Brown or Austin Mack or Keelan Russell, I would take Byrum Brown as your starting quarterback in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah.
Now, maybe that changes, but I'm just saying right now, based on what I've seen.
Here, I'll save the
Yeah.
graphic. I start Keelan Russell. I bench Lenore Sellers. I cut Byron Brown.
Jimmy Bama.
That's just the way I would do it.
Yeah.
Of those three, that's the way I would do it.
The chat's going to say, well, it's football season, so Dunaway's back as a Bama fan now.
I mean,
I'm
what
just
under 50 days, right?
I
48 days. Yeah.
I would keep Lance's order there. I think I would start. You started Sellers, right?
I started
Yeah,
Sellers.
I think I would start Sellers, bench Brown, cut Russell. I wanted to give that addendum, though.
Yeah. Because you are play both sides
I like
of the
playing
street.
both sides of the street, number one. And number two, though I think it'll be Keelan Russell, there is no guarantee it's going to start. Those other two are absolute guaranteed starters. There's no doubt they're starting.
Yeah. I think all three are going to end up having good years.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the 9 quarterbacks you've rolled out, I think all 9 have really good years.
Start bench cut. Bryce Underwood, Julian Sayin, Josh Hoover.
Oh, this is easy for me.
Yeah, I would go, and it's easy for me too. I would go start Sayin, I would bench Hoover, and then I am going to
Cut Underwood.
And
Yeah.
I like Underwood again. I know you guys are.
Yeah, you're bigger on him than us.
Yeah, but I think all 3 of those quarterbacks. I mean, Underwood obviously hasn't performed to their levels, but I mean, Hoover's going to fit right in that Indiana offense. And Sayin, I mean, he's never going to get credit. He's never probably going to play at the next level because he's undersized. But man, he is really good in that system.
Yeah, I'm going to start Hoover. You know how I feel about Hoover, so I'm going to start Josh Hoover, bench Julian Sayin, and cut Bryce Underwood. Now, let me say, if I swap Hoover into Sayin's spot, I'll probably still start Hoover. I mean, I think Sayin's in a really good spot. That Ohio State is what makes it a good spot for him. I think Sayin's a really good quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
but
Like the 12 quarterbacks you've rolled out, if you put them in Ryan Day's system with those weapons,
they all kill it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think there would be any doubt about it. And again, I think all 3 of those quarterbacks have really good years. I mean, Underwood is the interesting new offense coordinator, new head coach, a lot of pressure on him with the money he's making. I mean, he's probably making more. Well, I know he is. He might be making more than the combination of Sayin and Hoover now.
Have I given you a quarterback you think's going to have a bad year yet?
Nope.
Yeah.
You have it. I mean,
even Underwood, huh?
No, you've given like all elite quarterbacks, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, you know me. I only do the hits. I'm top 40 Jimmy.
Only the guys' names I recognize.
Bachmeyer, Mestemaker, Rocco Beck.
I am going Mestemaker. What was your Bachmeyer? Bear Bachmeyer is getting benched. And what was the second one?
Rocco Beck, Penn
Yeah,
State.
and then Beck is going to.
So you're cutting Rocco Beck, the guy you really liked in the offseason.
No, I'm not cutting him. I'm benching him.
Oh, you're benching.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you.
No, Bear Bachmeyer's getting benched or getting cut.
Okay,
Getting cut.
so
Yep.
you're starting
Mestemaker. I think that's easy.
benching Beck.
Well,
and
it's
cutting
easy. It's
Bachmeyer.
easy if you just say who's going to have the biggest numbers. I do think it'll be Mestemaker.
Yeah, I still think he is the most talented quarterback.
I don't disagree.
I think Mestemaker will end up. This is going to be crazy. I don't know if they'll get bowl eligible. They probably won't. And I think he'll go in the first round. Which is,
Yeah, I mean,
you don't
which is
see that in
crazy.
college, do you?
You really generally don't. Yeah.
A 5-win college quarterback. Now,
Yeah.
of course, we saw Mahomes and Jared Goff were both like 6-win quarterbacks, going as high as they did. Goff number 1 overall and Mahomes number 10. But I think Mestemaker will be a first-round guy.
So stat-wise, it's going to be Mestemaker. I would say impact-wise, I'm actually going to start Bear Bachmeyer because I think BYU is going to be the best team of the group you gave me here in their conference.
I think BYU
Now,
and Penn State really close.
They are, but BYU, because they're in the Big 12, it's going to be a bigger impact. Now, Penn State may make the playoffs out of the Big 10. I don't know, but I think BYU legitimately can win their conference. I don't know if I'd say the same of Penn State.
Yeah, like BYU can get to the playoffs. They'd have to be 11-1. Penn State could go 10-2 and get there.
Yeah, so I say Bear Bachmeyer is my starter. I do bench Mestemaker, and I cut Rocco Beck.
Where would you go on that one?
That's a tough one, though.
On that one right there, I would go with Bachmeyer, Beck, and Mestamaker. I think the step up is going to look very different. And, what do they have at Oklahoma State other than other North Texas players?
Well, the one thing about, if you make it a stats argument with Mestamaker, I do think he's going to have the best stats of that group. One reason is, to Lance's point, they'll be playing behind a lot. So I think they're going to be throwing the ball. And I think that guy throws the ball a lot anyway, right?
Oh, yeah. Eric Morris.
Yeah, Eric Morris. I
Yeah.
mean, he's going to, if they're winning or losing, he's going to throw it a lot. Well, if they lose, he's going to throw it even more.
Yeah, but
and I think they're going to lose a lot.
Can look at the stats now. This
I'm
is
well
about
aware.
who's
That's
playing
about
the
all.
position better.
That's about all I am. Well, that's what I told you. I'm going more impactful with Bear Bachmeier because I think BYU could win the Big 12.
So I agree with you. Yes.
Thank you.
Last one.
Real quick though, Mestamaker, did he lead the nation? No, he did not.
Yeah, he
attempts, not in attempts.
Not attempts. In total yards, though.
In total yards, yeah. But I mean, he was not far off in attempts. He was 10th in attempts. But it might surprise you. Who do you think threw the ball more, Ty Simpson or Drew Mestamaker?
I'm going to say, who had a better running game?
Yeah,
North Texas or
North
Alabama?
Texas, not even
Sadly.
close.
Yeah, I mean,
definitely Ty Simpson.
They took their running back with them to Oklahoma State, right? They had one of the better runners in the country.
Now, to be fair, Simpson played one more game and had 10 more attempts. So Mestamaker per game threw it more than him. But I mean, listen, Darian Mensah threw it more at Duke than him. Malik Washington at Maryland threw it more than him. Carson Beck at Miami threw it more than him. So when you say Dodge likes to throw it all over the field, he does, but he certainly he didn't throw it a whole lot more than a lot of these teams.
And all these quarterbacks you're talking about are not really mobile guys.
Last one, Kevin Jennings, SMU, Damon Williams, Washington, and Maeva at USC.
I'm cutting Jennings for sure.
Okay.
The guy that started a playoff game.
Way to start with a negative.
The one guy that's been in a playoff.
LT playing the cut bench start game.
I think I hate to do
Hey,
this.
you two wait. I'm going to need to see you, Kevin
Right,
Jennings. Step on in.
Bring your playbook.
I think I'm going to start Damon Williams as much as I ain't Maeva.
Really?
Yeah. He's just electric. So, yeah, Williams, Maeva is going to be the bench, and then the cut is going to be Kevin Jennings for me.
I think I would go Maeva, Williams, and Jennings.
That's the order I would go in. And I don't dislike Kevin Jennings. I mean, you
in
make
all
that a
of
very
these,
easy cut. But
I know.
I think Kevin Jennings, I mean, the year he had that got them to the playoffs. Now, he was terrible at Penn State in that playoff game. Got off to a really, really bad start. Once he settled in, he was okay.
Yeah, I think your first quarterback was the most difficult.
Which one was that?
Dante Moore.
Yeah, Arch and
Yeah, I would say this. This is one of those things. It's a game with start, bench, and cut. So somebody has to be cut and somebody has to be bench. But when you cut this out or put it on social media or it's in a chat room, it comes out like the next round guys would cut Keelan Russell or Dunaway would cut Byrum Brown.
Right. I had to cut one of them.
Yeah, it's the game we were playing. It's not real life. What is real life? Our buddy Alexander Shinara, trial attorneys. He brings you part of the show today. Tell us about Alexander Shinara.
Shinara.com. Shinara.com. That is the place to go when you're in need of any legal assistance. Our guy, Alexander Shinara, trial attorneys. You may think of him only as a personal injury attorney. That is certainly a large portion of why he does, but it is certainly not all he does. He also handles fire and storm damage cases, bad drug and device cases, workers' compensation, employment cases. The list goes on and on and on with Alexander Shinara trial attorneys. And you can see more just by going to Shinara.com. That list is why we tell you whatever your issue is, you start at Shinara.com. Shinara.com, Alexander Shinara trial attorneys. You don't pay a dime unless they win your case. Shinara.com.
And our friends at Walk-Ons, 3 great locations here in central Alabama. The one nearest us, just off Highway 280, Tattersall Park. Also Stadium Trace in Hoover and in Trustful. And the entire month of July, all the way until July 31st at Walk-Ons, we're helping out the Folds of Honor Alabama. Every penny, every dollar stays right here in Alabama. Benefiting Folds of Honor. You go in there, you get $2 bottles, Budweiser, Bud Light, and you get $3 drafts. Plus, there are QR codes on every table where you can make a donation to Folds of Honor Alabama. Folds of Honor Alabama with our friends at Walk-Ons, Bud Light, Adams Beverage, and the great folks at Folds of Honor Alabama. We appreciate them so much. What is Alabama doing at the quarterback position in recruiting? Small class, but 3 elite quarterbacks in the small class. We already know 5-star Elijah Haven, the Seaborn kid, 4-star from Thompson, elite quarterback. And over the weekend, Kingston Preyear, from down at Benjamin Russell, 4-star quarterback, one of the top quarterbacks in the country, just like Seaborn and Haven, picks Alabama. So on the Alabama roster, you've got redshirt freshman, 5-star quarterback Keelan Russell. You've got 4-star Jet Tamala, elite quarterback, who's a true freshman. You've got Kingston Preyear. You've got Elijah Haven and Seaborn in this recruiting class. That's 5 elite quarterbacks, redshirt freshmen or younger, on the roster. How?
Yeah. I mean, you can only play one of the, like, if this was a wide receiver situation, you'd be like, holy hell, this is going to be pretty amazing.
I mean,
because most of these 5-star wide receivers work out. But
yeah,
I think what is really interesting is back before NIL, you wouldn't see more than 2 of these guys sign in the same class. I think just because they're getting paid, they're like, okay, we'll go figure this thing out. Like, if I'm not playing, I'll just transfer out. I'll still make my money.
Well, yeah, I do think part of it is I can go here for a year, and if I see the path is not great for me, it's an easy out. I mean, it's an easy out. That didn't used to be the case. I mean, used to, if you were one of these quarterbacks, you were locked into Tuscaloosa for at least 2 years, and then transferring was a headache. So I mean, but I do think it's interesting, Lance, that it appears on the surface here that DeBoer is not at all interested in the transfer portal quarterback world, doesn't it?
No, I would agree with that.
I mean, the guy continues to sign, or at least get commitments out of and sign quarterback after quarterback after quarterback.
Well, I think he enjoys developing these guys. But, man, that just seems like such a headache because, middle of this season, end of next season, you got to make these decisions, and the majority of these guys are just going to bolt.
Okay, so play it out. First off, with these 3 guys, let's start these 3 guys before they get on campus.
I'm going to start mentioning cutting these guys.
No,
Okay.
but Haven, Seaborn, and Preyear. I think it went Seaborn signed first, then Haven, the 5-star, and then Preyear now over the weekend. At some point, do we get to December and all 3 of these guys actually sign? They actually show up on campus? That becomes the question here, because there are other schools out there that need quarterbacks too. At some point, do you get a bigger offer to go? I mean, like if you're the Seaborn kid at Thompson who loves Alabama, one of the reasons he moves from the islands, to the paradise of the South, Alabaster, Alabama, was following the Tungavaloas. And, he's following in the footsteps of Tuscaloosa. But at some point, do you sit here and look at the landscape and go, maybe I should, accept he's getting offers from other schools, Seaborn is. He's a coveted guy. Does he look somewhere else? Or does Preyear eventually look somewhere else?
It's going to be hypocritical.
Is there a concern that maybe Elijah Haven doesn't make it on campus from Baton Rouge? I
maybe.
just wonder.
I don't know how you guys would do this. Very hypocritical because I love guys having the competition and having to win the job. But if I'm one of these guys, like, I want to go where I am the one guy, like I am the guy that you're committed to, that you believe is going to be the quarterback of the future for you. And by bringing 3 in, it's like, hey, you 3 get after it, and whoever the best man is going to win that job. And by the way, when you win the job, you're not going to be able to play for 2 years anyway.
Yeah,
because the guy in front of you.
That was the other thing I was going to ask. So let's say Keelan Russell wins the job over Austin Mack this year, and he's a 2-year starter at Alabama before he goes to the NFL. You would assume that Jet Tamala makes a decision at that point at the end of this upcoming season. And then you got these other guys coming in. It's hard to play it out where eventually everybody makes it on the field in Tuscaloosa. You know what I mean? Now, Ty Simpson waited a long time.
Yeah,
he did.
Mac Jones waited a long time.
Yeah, and that's odd. Like, you don't see that today. People don't have this patience. I think you might have one of these guys that waits. Austin Mack has waited a long time.
That's right.
But you're only going to see one of these guys potentially have the patience. If any of these guys have opportunities to go anywhere else, I think they would. If they believe they're going to be the starting quarterback.
Samuel makes a really good point here. And now Preyear is 2028. He's class of 2028.
That's right.
Right. So you'll have 2 in this class, and then he'll be in the next class, right?
That's right. Unless we do reclassifying.
Unless he does a reclassification.
Right.
Okay. So I just wanted to clarify that. But Samuel makes a point, the new 5 for 5 rule. Like, these guys, their clock starts ticking whether they play or not. So you do have to make, if you're going to transfer, you got to make this decision pretty quick, because I got a 5 for 5. And at least right now, before we get to all the court cases, there doesn't appear to be a whole lot of wiggle room in that.
Well, here's why I would advise my kid, too. Okay, look, you're getting paid a lot of money. If you feel best going to Tuscaloosa and playing for Kalen DeBoer, go for a year, and you've got a year to figure this out. Like, if you think you're going to be the guy, if you're enjoying your experience there, if you love the system, if it's a good fit, then you'll know. If it's not, then you can get out after a year. But you got to make that decision year one.
Now, I do think a lot of kids are probably thinking, I'm not going to be at a school 5 years anyway. I'm going to go play, and in 3 years, as soon as I'm draft eligible, I'm out.
Like Keelan Russell, I'll sit for a year.
That's right.
And then I'll play for 2 years, and I'm on to the NFL.
Yeah.
And I'll make a ton of money doing it.
It's actually the way, I see these recruitment videos. That's the way most people announce it for the next 3 or 4 years.
That's right, yeah. But I think it's
taking
hard.
my talents to Alabama.
I think it's hard to sell a Nick Seaburn or a Jet Tomala on that, though, Lance. Because to your point, like Keelan Russell, it worked perfect for him. He gets to Alabama at a time where Ty Simpson goes on to the NFL. He gets to sit for a year and watch, and now he's got 2 good years to play if he is, in fact, the starter and is good enough to go to the NFL. He's got 2 good years, and he goes to the NFL. But now if I'm Jet Tomala, I got to wait 2 years. I know if Keelan Russell tears it up, I know bare minimum I'm sitting for 2 years. That's the tough sell.
But now you can go and you can play for roughly 40 or 50 schools and make really good money and be a starting quarterback.
Now, if I'm the pre-year kid that you brought up, Dunaway, who's class of 2028, I'm back kind of in Keelan Russell's situation. I go play another year at Benjamin Russell. I commit, I go to Alabama the next year, which in theory would be Russell's last year if he tears it up.
That's right. And
now I only have to sit a year, and now I got 2 more years to play.
Now I'm battling for the job.
Yeah, so it's almost cyclical.
But I'm battling Elijah Haven.
Maybe.
Yeah.
ESPN just did their top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL, and there were some elite quarterbacks that missed that top 10 list. My point being, there is a lot of elite quarterbacks now in the NFL. There are so many freaking good quarterbacks at the college level. There were certain years you'd be like, man, it's going to be hard to find 3 All-Americans, 15, 20 years ago. But now they're
all over the place.
Yeah, embarrassment of riches of really good quarterbacks.
I think my biggest takeaway from this is 2 things. Number one, Alabama's obviously spending money in recruiting, even though people are really critical about where they're ranking in recruiting right now. You don't get these quarterbacks without promising and spending some NIL money. They don't come for free. They don't come to Alabama for the work experience. That's not an internship. So that's number one. And then number 2, what I said earlier is it appears DeBoer is like, I am messing with the portal and quarterback. And that's really where you're going to spend an excessive amount is when you try to play the quarterback game in the portal.
And I would add one more thing on top of that is the reputation of Kalen DeBoer as a coach.
I agree.
That develops quarterbacks.
I think he enjoys it.
I mean, you have all of these elite quarterbacks, 5 of them now either on campus or promised to him since he's been the head coach at Alabama. So his reputation with quarterbacks, and when they get to campus and he meets with them and the system and all of that, it resonates with these guys. It's just going to be fun to see how it all plays out. And it's one of those things that you can't get your feelings hurt if you lose somebody in the portal, an elite quarterback in the portal, because
you got a bunch of them.
You got a bunch of them.
Yeah.
And in this world, Brownie, to your point about not being a portal quarterback, Arch is at Texas, but he was signed by Texas. Trinidad wasn't. Dante wasn't. Levitt wasn't. Stockton was. He's been a Georgia guy. Marcel Reed, I don't know his history a ton.
I think he was an A&M
guy.
I
think he was an A&M guy.
Yeah.
I think
Byrum Brown transfer.
Mensa.
You probably spend less if you can bring one in, develop them, and keep them than having to go into a portal and get an established guy.
Probably so, but I just don't think
Hoover, Julian Sayin was at Alabama.
He was.
At Ohio State.
I don't think Alabama wisely could get in the Josh Hoover bidding or the Darian Mensa bidding that Miami was in. I mean, it's just I think DeBoer's approach is probably like, we're going to have to pay for a quarterback one way or the other. The wisest way to do it is do it in recruiting and hope we can keep them happy enough to stay.
Yeah.
If I'm going to have to do it in the transfer portal, I'm spending $5 million for an elite quarterback. I mean, don't you? Isn't that the rumor on Mensa that it was $5 million or $6 million or more?
I think that was probably right. The interesting thing though is, I kind of gave Kalen DeBoer a break on how bad the recruiting looks with the numbers and a lot of 3-stars, because just in my head, well, maybe he's going to get more involved in the portal, but maybe he is on other positions. Maybe it's just not quarterback.
Yeah, but it's a financial smart move to recruit your quarterback if you can keep them, then to go into the portal. So
you know what it is? It's having a rookie quarterback on a 5-year rookie deal and being able to spend the money on all the other 52 parts.
Yeah. Speaking of spending the money, we'll talk LSU football on the other side. And on two different things. What Lane Kiffin was willing to pay the quarterback from Washington to come. That number is out after Big 12 Media Days. And what is happening with the LSU boosters being summoned to the governor's mansion. We'll get to that coming up on the show. Our 40 and 40 continues today. We're at number 35 as we go to the second week of our countdown to kickoff. The show being brought to you today, Brownie, by our wonderful friends at JohnstonRVCenter.com.
I-65, exit 304 in Coleman, 334 indicator. You want to go see America for the remaining summer or get ready to go see it when it cools off in the fall? You can do it in an RV from Johnston RV Center. They got a ton of fifth wheels, man. Those are hugely popular in the United States right now, but it might not be the thing that floats your boat. So you know what? They got more than 300 other types of RVs right there on both lots. You can see more, JohnstonRVCenter.com. While you're there, look at RV warranty forever. Lifetime warranty on anything new and qualifying pre-owned at Johnston RV Center. I-65, exit 304 in Coleman, 334 indicator. Always online, JohnstonRVCenter.com.
And our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Guys, don't wait. Get in line to get that prostate checked out. Make sure you're staying on top of your health with a check out there. But all your urological needs right there at Urology Centers of Alabama. That includes testosterone treatments, ED treatments. They handle that there at UCA. Everything, and see the whole menu of things they can take care of online at urologycentersalabama.com. Compassionate care for over 70 years, 10 great locations here in Central Alabama, both for men and women. To make an appointment, 205-930-0920. From prostate health to kidney stones and everything in between, it's urologycentersalabama.com.
Follow Brownie on Twitter and Instagram at Ryan Brown Live.
The insurance company called. They offered you a settlement. Sounds good, right? Wrong. They're counting on you not knowing what your case is really worth. They're betting you take pennies on the dollar because you're scared and overwhelmed. Don't fall for it. Alexander Chenard Trial Attorneys has recovered over $2 billion for going to war with insurance companies that try this every single day. Call 659-777-7777 or alexwins.law. Free consultation. You pay nothing unless they win.
Physical office location, Birmingham.
Sterling and the fine folks at Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster want to welcome you in for a great lunch or dinner starting at 11 a.m. every day. Chicken that's brined overnight and cooked to order, and the taste of the Delta with those Delta recipe tamales. Champy's is perfect for all your tailgating needs this football season. You can also choose Champy's for your next party, wedding, or birthday. Great food, great people. Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster, and everything online at champyschicken.com.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Never miss anything from the next round when you listen on demand through the podcast platform of your choice. Apple, Spotify, iHeart, or Google Podcasts. Wherever you listen, always like, follow, subscribe, and turn on automatic downloads so you catch every part of the next round. Listen anywhere in the world at any time on the Next Round podcast feed, and support the show by following, subscribing, and turning on automatic downloads on any podcast platform. Thanks for always making the next round a big part of your day.
Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop. Rare quality, well-done service.
Remember the name Way to Wellness if you're battling weight loss in your life. I'm Jim Dunaway from the Next Round. There was a time I was over 216 pounds until Way to Wellness helped me lose 45 pounds, and now for over 2 years, they've helped me keep that weight off. Here's their website, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. That's a great name for a website because there's no cookie-cutter plan. Everything is designed specifically for you. No contract, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free at Way to Wellness.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
At a school like Alabama.
Back with you on the next round as we continue on. You heard Brownie and I talking about the Monster Energy patch. He was on the beach when that was. Probably should tell you cheese is quick on that microphone.
Yeah, I noticed that cheese right there in the middle of the conversation.
We were just talking about how what a steal Monster Energy got from the Big 12.
$20 million.
Yeah. So we talked about it last week on the show that it's just not enough money.
That was a bad job from Brett Yormark.
Yeah, you shouldn't roll out of bed for $20 million.
Well, and it's such an ESPN2 logo.
Yeah, I mean,
like X Games, motocross.
I've always.
I like the logo.
Oh, do you?
Yeah,
I do not like the logo.
It looks like a Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and there's some, because Monster's in the Coke family, by the way, and there are some Pepsi schools in the Big 12 too.
Oh, I did not even think about that.
So they've had to work around that.
No, I think it's a great deal for Monster. I think it's a terrible deal for the Big 12.
Yeah, no. I'm just saying that now for virtually no money, I've had to go explain to Pepsi, if I'm a Pepsi school, I've had to go explain to Pepsi why we're having Monster Energy on our field.
Yeah. Oh, so you got $10 million for that? No, we did not.
Yeah, but apparently they signed off on it. The Pepsi schools did before Monster jumped in on that. So it's an interesting web that we're weaving with some of these sponsorships. And as we were talking about when you heard us come out of break there, it's just not enough juice for the squeeze there. From
Doesn't
the Big
feel
12.
like it, no.
Yeah. The show today being brought to you by our wonderful friends at Hoover Toyota, hoovertoyota.com, LT.
Yeah, if you're in the market for car, SUV, truck, new or pre-owned, our friends at Hoover Toyota, they have got you handled. Stop in, see them. Conveniently located, Highway 150, beautiful location there. Go see Scott Peoples, the incredible staff there where they're going to roll out that red carpet program. Of course, they've been doing it for 2 decades now. They want to make sure they retain you as a customer for life. It starts when they hand you those keys. They will make sure that you are well taken care of on the service and parts department. You can do the on-site finance as well. I have taken advantage of that. Kim heads that up. Stop in, see them, or you can go online to check out more about the inventory and more about our friends at Hoover Toyota, hoovertoyota.com.
Okay, by the way, over the last week and then over the weekend, more stories were written about it. Jed Fish left the cat out of the bag. Hey, we were paying DeMond Williams a lot of money. And then after he'd already signed his contract at Washington, another school, LSU, came and offered him $2 million on top of what we were already paying him. And Jed said we were already paying him a lot. Through reporting, everyone says the deal he was getting at Washington is $4 million. And the belief is now that Lane Kiffin and LSU were offering DeMond Williams $6 million to come be his quarterback. Now, of all the quarterbacks out there, DeMond Williams to LSU, was that a guaranteed success at $6 million?
I think so. I think people are going to look at his stature. They're going to say, oh, he can run around the Big Ten and do what he does with his legs. He's not going to be able to do that in the SEC. But, yes, I think he's a better quarterback.
You called him electric a moment ago when you benched your guy, Jaden Maeva, and started DeMond Williams.
Yeah.
You called him electric.
No, I think Williams is really, really good.
So you think it was –
do you agree with him, Brownie?
I haven't watched enough of him, to be fair. Washington just did not make my main screen a lot last year for whatever reason.
Well, their offensive line was not good last year, and he still was super productive. I mean, he was running for his life all the time.
Yeah. When I did watch him, I was like, I like the way this kid plays. I just didn't get enough Washington football last year for me to say with the definitive nature that Lance has said it, that this guy is an. But I trust Lane Kiffin in quarterbacks, though.
Give me a comparison, Lance. You watched him more than we have, because
Okay.
I'm a horrible judge of this. When I watched him, he reminded me of the kid who just finally left Kansas.
Jaden Daniels?
Jaden Daniels.
Or Jalen Daniels.
Yeah, no, not really. I would go more Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray light.
Oh, so he's that small, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, he's. They list him at under 6.
Oh, so they list him.
Yeah, they're going to
6.
try to give him that bump. I think they list him at like 5'10" or 5'11".
Oh,
but I bet he's.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, I bet he's 5'9".
How if he's in the SEC with NFL-sized humans, how is he going to see open receivers?
Yeah, I mean, seriously.
He did in the Big Ten.
Yeah, but give me a 5'9"
I mean,
quarterback.
the Big Ten's a better conference right now.
No, it is not. It is not. They won the championship, but they're not a better conference. He can roll up some stats against Minnesota.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he can roll up some stats against Mississippi State. Yeah. I'm just saying, like, it
Not
is
on a Saturday night.
It is the best conference right now.
Give me a short-statured quarterback that has been successful in the SEC.
Diego Pavia.
Bryce Young.
Diego is, but Bryce is 6 foot, right?
Maybe.
Yeah. Diego,
Well, I mean, the NFL.
but I mean, I think
both of them went through the
Demond
combine.
is built bigger than Bryce Young was, but I think the height. I think Demond is shorter than Diego Pavia. We saw him last year. He wasn't 6 feet.
Charlie says Lane Kiffin wanted him over Levitt, so that says a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Levitt was the first choice by any stretch of the imagination.
In the NFL Combine.
Not that's ever bothered anybody in Lane's life.
No.
Not being the first choice.
No. In the NFL
Keep
Combine.
swiping.
In the NFL Combine, Bryce Young, 5'10" and 1/8. Boy, they overlooked a lot to sign him, didn't they?
Yeah.
That used to be a death knell.
No, they're probably about the same size. And Demond doesn't run as much as Kyler.
By the way, in a society that's getting taller,
Yeah.
NFL quarterbacks are getting smaller.
Well, I mean, like I said, that used to be a death knell.
Yep.
Like, what was Drew Brees was the shortest quarterback to play in the NFL for a
He
long
was
time.
a
But
legit
he was
6.
at 6.
He
Yeah.
was 6.
I mean, I'll give you his NFL Combine height, 6 foot and a quarter.
Yeah.
Now, he barely got over 6,
I'm just
but he got over
looking
6.
at their first 3 quarterbacks are 6'3" and above. The first 4, I'm just doing their top. The first 5, the first 6, the top 10 quarterbacks right now, according to ESPN. The first 7 are all 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", 8. Drake May, Jared Goff. Their entire top 10 is 6'3" and above.
Yeah.
So I mean, there are shorter quarterbacks, but if you're just looking for the elite quarterbacks, they're a little bit bigger.
Well, I'm just saying we're sending. My point is, in college, it seems like we're sending smaller guys to them lately.
Yeah.
Bryce Young and if Demond Williams makes it.
Diego Pavia measured at 5'10" in his NFL measurement. So, but you say Demond Williams is that height? He's 5'10"?
I would say, like, if you put gun to head, is he taller than 5'9"? I would say yes.
Yeah.
I think he's anywhere between 5'9" and 5'10". He's probably 5'9" and change.
All right, but
Ball fan says Trinidad Chambliss is 6 foot even. Is that true?
Yeah, probably. Mm-hmm.
He doesn't strike me as big.
He doesn't play small.
And he plays light. You know, he's kind of wiry for even 6 feet. Demond's probably 185, 190 pounds, though. I mean, he's put it together.
Do you
pretty
think
well.
do you think he would be definitely better than Sam Levitt?
Not definitely, but
Yeah.
I think behind the offensive line that they have put together, with all that talent there.
I would just say I don't know what $2 million better is. I don't know how that translates, but I would have a hard time believing Demond Williams is $2 million better than Sam Levitt. Now, that said, what did Levitt get? Because you can rest assured if they were trying to pay Demond Williams $6 million, Levitt's people knew about it.
I want to pull
So
how
what
many
did Levitt
times
get?
Demond was sacked last year, because I remember his offensive line not being good. He was sacked 31 times.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not good.
That is not good.
Yeah.
I would agree.
Well, that sounds like what Bryce Young had to deal with his last year in Tuscaloosa.
He ran for his life.
Ty
a lot.
Simpson.
Yeah. And Ty Simpson
last year. So let me ask you this.
And that's another, just real quick. Jonah Coleman was their leading rusher, 758 yards, and their leading receiver, who was a first-round guy in Denzel Boston, only 881 yards receiving. So they didn't have a lot of skill put up numbers, and he still put up really good numbers. Demond Williams running for his life.
So $6 million, though, I'm just surprised that if I'm willing to spend $6 million, how I picked that guy, and I didn't get in earlier on Mensa going to Miami. I guess maybe you thought you couldn't get him out of Duke, or maybe he'd already signed a deal with Miami. I forget the timing of it all. That just seems a lot to offer a guy that could be a question mark in this league.
I think what's interesting, I think Lane Kiffin has got a taste of the athletic quarterback the last couple of years with Jackson Dart and with Trinidad Chambliss, and I think he wanted that. I think he saw the electricity that a guy like Damon Williams brings. Sam Levitt could be a really good quarterback. It's just a different type of quarterback.
Yeah, very much so. So let's get to the other side of this and talk about why boosters, the top 40 boosters, are being called to the governor's mansion in Louisiana to discuss the unsustainable spending, the way they're doing it at LSU, and maybe coming up with a new plan. We'll get to that after we remind you that the show today is being brought to you by the great folks at Crane U, LT. Tell us about Crane U.
I want to remind you, if you're in the crane industry or if you're just curious about a career in the crane industry, the first big step is always getting certified, becoming fully compliant. Our friends at Crane U, they are there to guide you every single step of the way, from first-time operators to seasoned professionals seeking the recertification. Their industry-leading training programs built for all experience levels, backed by a team with over 100 years of combined real-world expertise. Crane U delivers the knowledge, hands-on skills, and confidence you need to succeed in the field. Inspections, training, certifications, whatever you need, Crane U has got it handled. It's the one call you make. You're good. Whether you talk to Francis or Nicole, make sure you tell them the Next Round sent you. For more information on everything Crane U, go to craneu.com. That is craneu.com.
And the great folks at Storm Restoration Roofing, that is Greg and Andrea, the Nelson family. They own Storm Restoration Roofing, locally owned for almost 30 years now. StormRestorationRoofing.com, the website. Greg from Pell City on Facebook. Go check him out. Or call this number, 205-542-3531, 205-542-3531. Greg uses a ladder to get up on your roof, and then he gives you a free no-cost roof inspection. He's A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. He's got a soft wash program that can make your roof look new again. Take the staining out of that roof. You may have 5, 6, 7, 8 years left in your roof, but it looks old and run down. Make yourself, make the wife, make your neighbors happy by getting the soft wash program with Storm Restoration Roofing. He does roofing repairs. He does storm damage repairs, roof replacements. He does it all for you. And it starts with a free no-cost evaluation, 205-542-3531. Greg from Pell City, StormRestorationRoofing.com. All right, Brownie. I saw the top 40, by the way, when you say we're inviting the top 40 boosters to the governor's mansion, how does it feel if you are donating money?
I thought about this, yeah.
You're donating money, but you didn't get the invitation.
Yeah, I'm at least 41st.
If I'm 41 or 42 or 43...
Well, I feel like I got left out of the party.
I feel like I'm not writing a check next year.
Yeah.
If I'm not good enough to be in the top 40, I'm not getting. Why did y'all say 40? Why didn't y'all say 50?
Or the ego is, by God, I'll be at this meeting next year.
Yeah.
I don't know what I got to give to get in the top 40, but I'm giving it to be at this meeting next year.
I think it would push me the other way.
When you're saying we're inviting,
I'm done.
Yeah.
We're inviting the top 40 boosters, and we're going to figure this out to the governor's mansion. I'd be like,
huh?
I'd be opening that mailbox every day. I'd be like, am I not in the top 40?
Yes, I thought I gave enough.
You know, I don't know how we get to that line. I would think that they would play around a little bit more or a little bit less. Maybe they say the top 40.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any way if one guy is giving you, let's just say $5 million and the other guy's giving you $4 million.
You ain't coming?
I think anybody that's a relevant booster, I'm inviting, right?
Top 40 might just be an arbitrary number. They said it may really be 38 or maybe 43. I don't know.
And the way we do it at our church, before we expanded and had a much bigger sanctuary, we had we were overflowing. We had an overflow in our gymnasium. You can go watch it remotely. We broadcasted onto a big screen in there with audio. I'm sure in the governor's mansion they've got an overflow room. If you're others receiving votes, you can go in there and watch the meeting on a monitor.
You don't get to ask questions.
Yeah, you can't see the choir, but you can hear the choir singing. I saw this as they were worried about the spending. Let's get together and talk about this. But Brownie, you were telling me that they're trying to come up with a creative new way of doing the business.
The way I saw it worded
athletics
is like nothing else in college athletics. They've got a plan. They're going to present a plan that is like nothing else in college athletics. It just continues to amaze me how involved the governor of Louisiana is, though, in LSU athletics. Like, are we doing this at the football complex? No, we're literally doing it at the governor's mansion, which I realize is in Baton Rouge. Like, it's, I assume, Blythe, from looking at it, it seems like it's only blocks from campus. Like I've seen the Capitol.
Yeah,
You and
I could take a rickshaw.
We could take a rickshaw to it. It seems like it's only blocks from the campus. So I get that, we're talking about very close geographically, but the fact the governor is so involved blows me away still. I've seen this, like the way I saw it presented. These boosters are getting together.
We did have it when you were out. We had a president get a red card rescinded.
That is true.
Yeah.
I saw that story.
So
Yes.
I'm just saying.
By the way, it didn't work.
Yeah.
I've seen this presented as like they're going to come out of this with a plan like nobody else in college football has to continue to build and sustain this revenue that is needed. You've seen it a different way. Like this is, hey, wait a minute. Let's talk about this.
We're spending a ton of money. Let's get together and figure this out.
Yeah, let's talk about this. So I don't know which one will come out of this. People are praising this deal Tennessee has done. So for those that haven't seen it, just real quick, Tennessee's basically building kind of like the Braves did. They were one of the first to do this. Build a stadium with an entertainment district as part of the stadium, basically.
Yeah. They're not building a new stadium.
No, Tennessee's not. That's what the Braves did. Tennessee's keeping Neyland Stadium, thankfully.
Florida's doing the same thing, right, with their expansion at the Swamp.
Yeah, so Tennessee's building a hotel that overlooks the stadium.
It's very, very smart. I mean,
I agree.
If you got the resources, why not?
Now, Tennessee took away like 2 parking decks to do it, so I'm sure that has created all kinds of havoc on campus, and just wait until game day when 100,000 people are trying to park. But, I mean, you got to do this kind of stuff to fund this whole operation. So I don't know what LSU could come up with that nobody else has done. Probably better than the Monster Energy deal that the Big 12 came up with. We'll see. We'll see what comes out of this. But now, if it's your thing, if it comes out of it like, boy, we're spending like drunken sailors, we got to dial this back.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
I don't know how you hire Lane Kiffin and Will Wade and don't think you're going to spend like drunken sailors.
Yeah, and keep doing it just to stay on top of the situation. But LSU is one of those unique situations because, all due respect to Tulane and anyone else, they are the powerhouse in the state. Like the governor can't get involved in our state. Even if Tommy Tuberville gets elected, it would be political suicide for him to.
Right.
Side with Auburn because you got Alabama or vice versa.
Governor of Nebraska can pull this off.
Nebraska can pull it off. I'm trying to name the states. Ohio State could pull it off.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm not even sure Michigan could.
I think the governor of Georgia could do it.
Oh, I don't think Michigan could. No.
Yeah, Georgia Tech's a smaller school, and it's not a state institution. It's a private school. So
Georgia could pull it off.
I think he could, Lance. You don't think the governor of Georgia could endear himself?
Tennessee could pull it off.
Oh, yeah.
Notre Dame could have pulled it off until Coach Sig rolled in.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys would agree, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think USC could pull it off.
I don't know, man.
I mean, I don't think UCLA would care.
No, but you got Cal and Stanford. You start getting some money people.
Yeah, there's not many states you can do this.
LSU, Louisiana is such a unique state. That's why the governor's able to do stuff like this.
I would probably, LT, you nailed it. Nebraska is probably the next state that would be the easiest to do this on. Even Ohio would have a little pushback, but I think Ohio could do it. Georgia would have some pushback.
And this seems like something Nebraska would do.
If they could. Maybe they can't.
It's what they should be doing, it sounds like.
Well, here's the quote from our guy, Matt Moscana. Matt got on us for the way we said his last name last time. Matt Moscana.
He got on us?
He did.
Oh, I thought it was his his fans that were getting
No, Matt himself. In a tweet, basically it's like, I know vowels are hard, but it's Moscana, Matt Moscana. Very nice guy. I like Matt. Quote, an alternative revenue generating opportunity for LSU athletics that is the first of its kind nationally and could quite possibly change the future of college sports in America. It's a bold statement, but that is apparently what is being discussed at the governor's mansion today.
Could Tennessee do this?
Yeah, I think Jim said that. I think so.
I mean, so.
Memphis basketball's big, but Vanderbilt's. Vanderbilt's a private school.
They've got a small, very, very small fan base that likes to bitch, though.
Yeah,
Vanderbilt's. Yeah, I don't have any voters.
I really believe there's a good chance there have been discussions about trying to trade Memphis to the state of Arkansas or Ole Miss. Like, I'm not sure the Tennessee governor
sent him over the river.
I'm not sure his map goes all the way over to Memphis. Like his map starts.
I guarantee you, the Tennessee governor would be like, "You repave our roads, you can have Memphis." Because I mean, their crime's cut in half immediately.
We'll throw in the pyramid.
It's a Bass Pro Shop now, but you get the point.
Yeah, we don't need the Mississippi River anymore. That's good. We've got airplanes. All right, we get to the viewing menu. Before we tell you about Michelson, I'll remind you that our countdown to kickoff is 48 days away. Innisfree countdown to kickoff at 48. Your game day tradition is Innisfree Irish Pub over in Tuscaloosa and Lakeview. The Irish-inspired pub food, the signature Irish gold sauce, and always a world-class atmosphere at Innisfree. 48 days to week 0 that could involve our 40 and 40 team coming up in the next segment in 48 days. Also, our viewing menu brought to you by Michelson.
Yeah, make the call that I made way back in 2003. If you wear contacts or glasses, you're wasting money each and every year. I'm speaking from experience. Wore the contacts for about a decade, was wasting money on that. And the solution, finally got the procedure done. Now I have 2015 vision, better than 2020. 205-969-8100. When you make that call, ask for Amy. Tell her the next round sent you. She's going to hook you up with a hassle-free consultation. Nothing to lose to find out if LASIK is right for you. Dr. Mark Michelson, Dr. Jen Michelson, best in the business. For more information, michelsonlaservision.com.
All right. So over the weekend, I saw a new movie called The Invite with Seth Rogen and Penelope Cruz and Edward Norton. And it was really funny. I wasn't expecting it to be as funny as it was.
I wanted to see this. I've heard it's really good. I've heard it is kind of like a play. It's all in one room, right? You've got 4 characters. I mean, I like that. If you like dialogue, this seems like a really good movie for you.
Yep, it was solid. It was funny and then took a really serious, dramatic turn. And overall, I really enjoyed it.
Okay, I'm in. Once it gets to streaming,
I'm in. Just not going to the theater.
Nope.
And they won't make any more of those because you won't go see it in the theater. But since you do like renting stuff on demand, The Furious, a new martial arts movie, just hit premium video on demand, and I think it's one of the better action movies I've seen this year. Lots of just well choreographed fighting throughout the movie. Straightforward revenge, sort of Taken kind of story, where a guy with a special set of skills. His daughter gets kidnapped, and he goes out and looks for his daughter.
Who's the lead in this?
I don't know his name. It was a Hong Kong film, I think.
I got you.
But we've also got a re-release in theaters. The Lego Movie is back in theaters. If you're looking for something to do this afternoon, get the kids out of the hot sun.
I thought it was overrated. I watched it. I know it got great reviews. I think people loved it, but I thought it was overrated. But I was never a Lego guy.
Not my favorite from that team, but it is still pretty funny. And then finally on viewing menu today, I woke up to the tragic news that Sam Neill passed away. So Brown watched Jurassic Park.
That's what I was like.
It's not a choice for
a lot of people in the chat said the only thing Brown could do to pay his proper respects to Sam Neill is actually watch Jurassic Park. So
that's correct.
I'll have to do that.
Very underrated New Zealand actor throughout his career. I watched 2 documentaries over the weekend. You guys told me about, you called it the Seattle Sky King on Netflix, so it threw me off, and it took me forever to find it. It's actually Sky King on Hulu. It's about the guy that goes to SeaTac, and he steals the 747.
Oh, okay. So it's a documentary.
It is.
That's real?
It's real. It's really amazing, and it's really sad.
How do you steal a 747?
You got to
commit suicide.
Well, I know, but I just the process of doing it is amazing.
And what goes on during his 45 minutes to an hour that he's actually airborne.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's well worth the watch. And then I watched Shipwreck Nightmare at Sea. Netflix single-handedly is killing the cruise industry, which I don't care. But after watching this one,
no hope.
There's not a chance I would get back on a cruise. Oof. Yeah, so it's a good one. Has anybody seen Shipwreck Nightmare at Sea?
Nope.
Okay, it's a new documentary. Well worth the watch.
Any concern from anybody, not viewing-wise, but if you occasionally click on a news story or not, is it true that there's some virus that is sweeping the country with explosive diarrhea?
I just hate the fact that we've attached the word explosive to diarrhea. I mean, that just sounds...
It normally is. I mean,
Yeah, but I mean, that tells me that there's another level you've never experienced.
Yeah.
Probably.
I just see different local news things popping up now, and every state that's doing it has a lot of red states where explosive diarrhea is happening. I can only, it's not a
Is
joke.
it here yet?
It's not a joke, but I can only imagine James Spann in front of a graphic with suspenders on and red counties lit up in Alabama where this virus has spread now.
I think Taco Bell has pulled some of their vegetable items because they could be possible.
What I read is the problem is you can't wash it off. You can only cook it off. So anything that's cooked, you're fine. But it's like the raw vegetables that are the issue.
So stay away from produce and vegetables or fruits right now?
Well, I don't know what to say. I mean, I don't want to say that because
how well do you wash vegetables before you?
Pretty well.
I mean, I just kind of hose it off.
Yeah. I don't deep clean it.
Well, but this isn't going to help you at all. You can't wash this off.
But are there any known cases in Alabama?
I'm looking right now.
I don't know. Florida is where I saw it was.
I hadn't even heard about this.
Alabama's in the 0 right now. Alabama and Mississippi.
I remember when we did the radio show.
Oh, I did too. Yeah.
That, COVID. It's all Seattle and Portland
That's
right now.
We're going to be fine, I think.
0 in Alabama. Then it was like, I remember when we did the show, Ohio's got something now.
The next thing I know, we're in Lance's
3 days
basement.
later.
Well, how many people do you think got it and then didn't say anything?
Oh, a lot.
Yeah. Majority.
You got to volunteer the information that you were having some explosive diarrhea.
Yeah.
And you're not sure
right
how
now.
you got it.
Yeah, right now, Great Lakes area is where it's mostly hit. But
okay. I know I spent a little time in the bathroom on Saturday.
Was it explosive?
It wasn't explosive, but I was going frequently. I was going often on Saturday, and and I had some vegetables on Friday. So,
well, I mean that'll shut your day down. Like you can't go far from home.
Yeah. Well, I didn't let it shut me down. I just.
Did you play golf?
Nah, Friday and Sunday. I worked around it.
Did you guys?
I was a little lighter on Sunday.
I had the woods again.
Swinging freely.
Yeah.
I had no desire to watch the McGregor fight against Holloway.
And
I had a buddy come in, and I was like, "I'll make you a deal. After we're trying to watch Switzerland pull off the upset over Argentina, I will put it on." So right after that match, we had gone somewhere to watch it. We get home, I put it on Paramount Plus, and it's over.
Did he blow his leg up? Is that what happened?
1 minute and 9 seconds. Apparently, the first kick move right out of the gate.
It was a stupid move. Like, Rogan was talking about it after the fact. Like, I just missed it because, I mean, if you weren't there for 30 seconds, it was gone.
Yeah.
Apparently, he got paid $30 million. There is a theory that he might have torn his ACL in training and just went out because the ridiculous move that he tried right off the bat, and he lands and he's kind of gimpy. Then he throws another kick and he's kind of gimpy, and then they ultimately call it 30 seconds in.
So
and
there's a conspiracy theory here.
Yeah, there is right now.
Or it could just be that McGregor's old and cocky.
Yeah.
As he has been for the majority of his career.
Coming off a serious leg injury already, right?
Yeah. Titanium rod. But I just don't understand why you do that move. Now, look, it would have been sensational if he lands a kick in the face and knocks the guy out, but a lot of people are looking at that right now, and it wouldn't shock me anything with McGregor.
Well, if McGregor has any comedic timing at all, today he releases a photo of him in a hospital holding a newspaper. It's like Mitch McConnell. He's got any comedic timing at all. He's like, there's no truth to my leg injury. Here I am holding a newspaper.
Mitch McConnell, who's been hospitalized, 84-year-old U.S. senator after the sudden death of 71-year-old Lindsey Graham. There was a discussion about, is Mitch McConnell alive or not?
Yes, and there was a proof of life photo that, of course, in our society, everybody's debating whether it's real or not.
I saw a conspiracy theory saying that the big they got Lindsey Graham so that way they can keep Mitch McConnell alive. They moved his heart over. Like Temple
his heart over.
I would not joke too much about they because they have a hit list out on a lot of American politicians, they being Iran right now. Lindsey Graham was one of them.
Yeah, they advertise it publicly, too. It's not like some sort of secret list.
Are they taking down any talk show guys?
No, not yet.
Hey, but I would tell you, would you get me, I'll tell you in the commercial break. We'll do something in the next hour. Commercial break. Hey, the first hour brought to you by our friends. I had vertigo for a second. I almost fell out of my chair.
I had a friend that had.
They're out to get me.
I had a friend that had vertigo. A golf
vertigo is not good.
Yeah, a golf friend of mine had vertigo. He told me and this is awful. I hate to say this on the show, but he's like, Brownie, I was throwing up in the bathtub. I was throwing up in the sink. I was throwing up everywhere. I could not stop. It sounds terrible.
Inverness Country Club, not terrible. Great place to go spend this hot part of summer by their pool before school starts back.
Indeed. People piled up that pool every single time I go by there. It is a great pool. 2 pools, in fact.
I had dinner there last Wednesday, and I heard a buzz like, where is that Ryan Brown fellow?
Yeah, I know. I tried to tell everybody I was out of town, Lance.
I know you're not playing today because the course is closed on Monday. Will you play tomorrow?
Oh, of course, yes. Rain permitting. Inverness Country Club, ICCalabama.com. That's the website, iccalabama.com. You can set up your tour there and reach out to our friend Erin and set up the tour there. She's going to show you a beautiful course, a gorgeous clubhouse with the great food Lance was talking about there, that resort-style pool with a cabana. The tennis facility is undergoing renovation, world-class tennis facility there. It's just top-notch, and the people are the best at Inverness Country Club. 205-991-8608, 205-991-8608 is the number to set up that tour with our friend Aaron, and see more at iccalabama.com.
Follow Dunaway on Twitter and Instagram at Jim Dunaway.
Facing time for a crime, huh? Got a list of charges looming over your head. 5-0 got your back up against the wall. Them alphabet boys trying to sit you down on that rack. Well, have no fear. The People's Defender is here. Attorney J.B. Brown, powered by Alexander Shannara Trial Attorney. He meticulously investigates every case and challenges evidence. Dedicated to protecting the rights and futures of individuals facing criminal charges. Hit him up now at thepeoplesdefender.com. Thepeoplesdefender.com.
Physical office location, Birmingham.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about one of our favorite places for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is Hamburger Heaven since 1982. Hamburger Heaven has been serving Birmingham's best hamburgers, cheeseburgers, French fries, hand-spun milkshakes, and sandwiches made fresh to order. All of their ingredients are fresh and prepared daily. This includes their beef, always fresh, never frozen, hand-pattied each and every day. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, visit any of the 4 locations, Highway 280, Irondale, Gardendale, and Homewood.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Next Round shirts, Next Round hoodies, and Next Round hats all in one place, nextround.store. Find your favorite piece of gear from your favorite show and put it in your rotation. You never know, you might be in one of our videos showing Next Round gear being worn all over the world. Find all of your favorite Next Round gear by visiting nextround.store. Place an order for you and that big Next Round fan in your life at nextround.store. Look your best at work, at school, at the stadium, or anywhere you go wearing Next Round gear from nextround.store.
Remember the name Way to Wellness if you're battling weight loss in your life. I'm Jim Dunaway from the Next Round. There was a time I was over 216 pounds until Way to Wellness helped me lose 45 pounds, and now for over 2 years, they've helped me keep that weight off. Here's their website, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. That's a great name for a website because there's no cookie-cutter plan. Everything is designed specifically for you. No contract, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free at Way to Wellness.
Hey, for all of your IT and printing needs, reach out to our friends at Xerox Business Solutions. Look, I'm still one of those old school guys. I print my notes every single day for the show. If you watch the show here on the Next Round, you see all the notes in front of me. From day one, Xerox Business Solutions, they've been with us here at the Next Round. Local for over 45 years. For all of your IT and printing needs, visit XeroxBusinessSolutions.com or call 205-969-3000. That's 205-969-3000.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. The Next Round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
We'll get to our college football spotlight coming up in our next segment. But in this segment, we're about to do our 40 and 40 and our 4 downs coming up in a moment. I'm hesitant to bring any attention to this list that I saw last week, but because I've never heard of the people that do this list, but it made it onto my college football Reddit feed.
Mm-hmm. Who's your favorite Redditor? I forget. What was his name?
Oh, I can't remember his name right now.
That was a good name.
Yeah, I can't remember. My favorite poster, as I was reading the chats while you're gone, is Dixie Norman.
Dixie Norman. Yeah, I've read some of Dixie's work. Dixie likes to contribute.
Yeah, but somebody did a graphic, most famous alumni of all the college of all the Division I schools.
Yeah, I saw this. They got Jack State wrong, I think.
Oh, this whole list is wrong.
The Jack State one was bad.
Alabama, they went with Sidney Thomas, and I remember asking everyone last week when we were talking about who the hell is Sidney Thomas?
Not even the most famous Thomas to have gone to Alabama.
I've never heard of Sidney Thomas.
But I mean, seriously, there's been a more famous, even someone with the last name of Thomas, Justin Thomas.
We talked about her. It may have been our last few days in radio. She was the ring girl from the University of Alabama.
But what'd she do after that?
She's still a ring girl.
Well, by the way,
I think she was a ring
she
girl.
She didn't
at
do
the
anything.
UFC.
She held up a freaking sign. By the way, I don't think you can go athletes on this. I think that's kind of a crutch.
They did some. I wanted to throw some out for you.
Okay.
Appalachian State.
Luke Combs.
Luke Combs.
Yeah, they got that right.
List.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll throw out. I'll throw out some names, and you tell me what school. Willie Nelson.
Oh, gosh.
I have seen this, but it's been forever. Willie Nelson somewhere in Texas. I am going to say this is Texas State.
West Texas town.
Baylor.
Willie Nelson went to Baylor.
Seems like a good old Southern Baptist.
Southern Baptist.
According to Thrones Pod or Thrones Pud. One of the two.
One of those?
Yeah. Or Throne Spud. It could be that way, too. I will throw out Tom Hanks.
USC? Didn't he go to USC?
I don't think so. I think Tom Hanks, believe it or not, is from the Midwest.
Brown's in the correct state.
Okay. Well, then I'll go Cal Berkeley.
You're closer than USC. Tom Hanks is now officially an FBS school. He is at
Sac State?
Sacramento State.
How about that?
Famous alumni there. Louisiana Monroe, Tim McGraw.
Okay. I would agree with that one. I don't know who else is going to Monroe.
I mean, he grew up with a little money, too. I think Tug had some money. He must have had trouble getting in certain universities.
There's a good shot at La Monroe for you there.
They do Tim Tebow with Florida, Lamar Jackson, Louisville, Peyton Manning, Tennessee. So they do some of these.
But don't you agree that it's easy to do athletes?
I do feel like that, yeah. Now, there will be some athletes that cross over. Like Jack State, I think they got wrong. I think there's...
Is it Riley Green?
No. The Jack State, they went Rick Bragg. Well, a lot of people aren't going to know who Rick Bragg is. He's an author. Easily Randy Owen, lead singer of Alabama, or Riley Green. You go either one of those.
Randy Owen, easy.
I would go Randy Owen too, but I mean, this generation, Riley Green.
That.
Yeah.
What about Bruce Lee?
He was
USC.
definitely California. I doubt it was USC, though. I will go Long Beach State.
Purple Rain, the University of Washington for Bruce Lee.
Interesting. A lot of Asians at Washington, though.
Yep. Phil Robertson, Law Tech. We know that from Duck Dynasty. Livy Dunn, LSU. I mean,
are you kidding?
Yeah.
If you don't go, I mean, she's an athlete, but she's something else too.
I think John Goodman went to LSU.
Yeah. Trying to see if there's any other ones that jump out to me here. They do everyone. Randy Moss, Marshall, no argument there. Amy Poehler, Boston College. Wolf Blitzer.
Dartmouth.
Buffalo Bison.
He's the most famous Buffalo grad, Wolf Blitzer.
Is he still active, by the way?
I really have no idea.
George Clooney.
USC.
Yeah, Wolf Blitzer still works because he was the shooter, the attempted assassin at the media gathering this past year, ran past Wolf Blitzer, who was coming out of the bathroom.
Interesting.
Oh, wow.
George Clooney, is it a Division I?
It is. All these are FBSs.
I will go Ohio State. I thought he was from Ohio.
He is, but it's Cincinnati.
Okay.
No, good pull there. Good pull by you. All right.
Who did they go Texas State? George Strait went to Texas State.
Texas State.
Well, it's probably George Strait.
I would hope. I don't know who's
That's
bigger
supposed
than
to be
him.
a wild-ass campus, man. San Marcos.
I've driven. You could see it from the interstate. I've driven. I guess that's I-35, I think, and you can see the stadium off. It's not that far off the interstate. I told my wife when I went by, I was like, I've heard that's a college town. Don't worry about it.
I'm not seeing Texas State here.
Interesting. They just got left right off.
Stanford, TCU, Temple, Tennessee, Texas A&M.
Did they go Tiger Woods for Stanford?
Lyndon Baines Johnson, he's Texas State.
Okay.
He's
I mean King George.
Did they go Tiger Woods for Stanford though?
Stanford.
I mean, if you're going to include athletes, I don't know how you go.
Stanford's Tiger Woods. Yeah. Southern Miss, Jimmy Buffett.
They went him over Brett Favre, huh?
They did.
I would go Jimmy Buffett over Brett Favre.
I think I would too. Auburn claims Jimmy Buffett too, though. I don't think anybody says he graduated from there, but he did attend Auburn.
Does Notre Dame have anybody
of interest?
Well, I've just never heard of like a outside of sports.
Did you say who Auburn? Don't know. He'd close this list like 5 minutes ago. We keep peppering.
I mean,
him.
Auburn.
Why don't I just show you the list?
Auburn, they're going to go Bo Jackson or.
Well, I know. I think they might go Tim
Charles
Cook.
Barkley.
I think they might go Tim Cook. I think they're wrong about it, but I think that's what they might do.
It is Tim Cook.
Yeah,
I wouldn't go Tim.
More people know who Charles Barkley is than Tim Cook.
Just so that I mean, for those that watch the show, occasionally I have these little things. We did one radio. Well, there was one meeting, one time in radio, one meeting where somebody said they offered it. We had a meeting. We had to go and be critiqued.
Yeah,
by Bruce
Gilbert, who we
the
loved.
Great Bruce Gilbert.
He was vice president of Cumulus. He was over all the talk stations. Loved our show, and we loved Bruce. He's a good dude.
Absolutely, one of the best dudes. And he said, "Listen, you guys were very creative when y'all came up with these in-show live reads."
That's right. That was all this man to my left.
So you guys were very creative, and then y'all kept adding him. Not just one. Y'all kept adding them. Yeah. So why don't you do this, Jim? Instead of coming out of a commercial break, why don't you throw out one little snippet of something?
This. Yeah.
Before you do your first live read.
So hook them back in with a little
them back in with
little
something.
content. Yeah.
So I try to do that on the show. Now that hook 'em was supposed to be like 30 seconds, 90 seconds.
Well, I got interested.
Yeah, not 15 minutes.
I know yeah.
Yeah.
But that was
maybe,
the problem.
Maybe my little hook'ems are too good sometimes.
Yeah, they're too good. What was Auburn? That was Tim Cook.
Auburn was Tim Cook.
What was Notre Dame?
Notre Dame. If only I could blow this up so I could see it all. Notre Dame.
I am really interested with this.
Yeah, I kind of like that. Somebody called Bruce Gilbert.
Am I? Yeah, tell him Jim is still trying to do this.
Jim's still trying to do it.
And it's not working like it didn't work back then either. Navy, Nebraska, Nevada, New Mexico State, New Mexico, North Carolina State, North Dakota State, Notre Dame, Regis Philbin.
If you're not going to go athlete.
I mean, if you're not 70 years old, you don't know who the hell he
I mean,
is.
that is, they probably will have to rotate somebody else in the next 5 years because nobody will know who Regis is.
Hey, tell us about Central State Bank, Brownie, as we try to get out of this list.
Out of the hook. We're coming out of the hook with Central State Bank. That is the bank that is big enough to meet every single need and desire you have, but they're small enough to know you because they're a community bank. So anything from buying that first car or maybe even starting your own business, right? Central State Bank is there for you. 6 locations throughout Central Alabama, so there's one close to you. Central State Bank. It's the bank that is big enough to meet every financial need you have, small enough to know you. They are a community bank based right here in Central Alabama. Central State Bank, member FDIC.
Who's South Florida, Jim? Tony La Russa.
Tony La Russa?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I wonder if Forrester would have known that.
Yeah. Darius Rucker is South Carolina. Al Gore for Vandy. Merlin Olsen for Utah State.
Oh, that's an easy one.
Yes.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I used to like him on NBC back in the NFL days.
Yeah,
I didn't watch him as a player.
I got a random, speaking of Merlin, not that he was he part of, I guess for a minute he was on Little House on the Prairie.
Yeah, I think so, Merlin
Yeah,
Olsen.
but they just had that Little House miniseries dropped on Netflix, and randomly one of our listeners was like, I just finished it. It's really good. But,
as a Dolphins fan, I got
finished it?
Yeah.
They binge watched the remake
I
of Little House on the Prairie?
I don't know if it's 6 or 8, but.
Jeez.
As a Dolphins fan, I got a lot of, I think it was Bob Trumpy and Merlin. No, it was Don Cricky and Merlin Olsen, and then Bob Trumpy and Dick Enberg. I got a lot of that as Dolphins fan.
You could almost guarantee the afternoon game was going to be on dirt.
Oh, yeah, it was played on some infield somewhere. Yeah, it was either in Denver or in Miami or somewhere like that.
Paul Rudd,
San Diego,
Kansas, by the way. Paul Rudd, Kansas. All right, before we do our 40 and 40, it's brought to you every day by the great folks at Hoover Toyota. LT, tell us about Hoover Toyota.
Yeah, again, if you're in the market right now, you've been thinking about pulling the trigger on a new or used vehicle, you need to get in, see our friends at Hoover Toyota. They've been perfecting the art of the red carpet program for the last 20-plus years. Great on-site finance department, parts and service as well, conveniently located right there on Highway 150. For more information, hoovertoyota.com.
All right, here we go on our 40 and 40 countdown. One team every show all the way up until kickoff. We started last week, and now we're at number 35. Let's go with our first Big 12 team. It is TCU sliding in at number 35. The Horned Frogs. You start with the fact that they lost their quarterback. Let's hear from Big 12 Media Days. Sonny Dykes talk about the upcoming season with TCU.
It's challenging. Anytime that you break your routine, have an 8-hour flight, there's some challenges associated with that. Obviously, logistically, we've been working on it for a year now as far as getting our players' passports and, getting all the stuff done that we're going to do. How do we get equipment there? All the different things. What are we going to do with our team? How much time are we going to give them? We want them to have an experience, of going to Ireland and get to see, part of the Irish culture, but at the same time, it's a business trip and we need to win the football game. And we're going to be playing a North Carolina team that's going to be a lot different than the team they had last year. So they'll be a completely different team. They'll make a tremendous jump. It'll be a very challenging game for us. They've hired Bobby Petrino to be the offensive coordinator. I think one of the elite play callers in all of football. So it'll be a challenge.
And that's 48 days from now. This is the first game we get. It involves TCU.
Look, I mean,
it's challenging. Anytime that you break your routine.
That guy has done a really good job. I mean, you look over the last 4 years, TCU actually leads the Big 12 in total wins over the last 4 years, which is pretty crazy. They've won 9 games
the last 3 years
in back-to-back seasons.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
you got to stretch it to get that 1 year in there, don't you?
But they have won 9 in back-to-back seasons. My biggest concern is Josh Hoover taking off to Indiana because you bring in Jaden Craig, and he was really good, at Harvard, but will he be able to make the transition? I think it's one thing to say, can Mateer make the transition from Washington State? But when we're talking about Jaden Craig making the transition from a 9-2 season with the Crimson to being an elite quarterback in the Big 12, I don't know if I'm buying it. They could be favored in 10 games, though, depending on how this season goes. I think the schedule is very beneficial.
Much like you do with Indiana often and say, if Indiana can do it, who can't? Anytime we, from now on, talk about a transfer quarterback from a place like Harvard, I think everybody's going to say, well, what about Ferris State? A guy transferred from Ferris State and was the best quarterback in the Southeastern Conference.
Yeah, look, it can work. And Sonny Dykes brought up Bobby Petrino, the new offensive coordinator, where Gordon Samus is the new quarterback or new offensive coordinator coming in from UConn. Now, the good news is, they averaged 475 yards a game and 35 points per game at UConn. I mean, that offense was really, really efficient. This is crazy. They were number 1 in fewest turnovers. You know how many turnovers UConn had last year?
They played 12 games, 13 games, counting the bowl game. I'm going to say they had 13. They averaged 1 a game.
Oh, I'll go with that.
They had 2 turnovers.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, they only had 2 turnovers. They had 1 interception against Air Force, and then they had a fumble. I forgot who it was against in a blowout win, but 2 turnovers. So they protect the football. Will Jaden Craig be able to protect the football? We shall see. Again, I think it's a very beneficial schedule for TCU. One of the reasons I took a hard look at putting them in the back end of the top 25, but I didn't.
You did not. Philip Acton did, though, Brownie. Philip Acton, the highest ranking TCU voter in our voter 40 and 40 this year. Philip had him number 20 in his ranking.
Potentially tough landing for them on that schedule, though. They finish hosting Utah. I don't know what Morgan Scalley's going to do year 1 at Utah. We'll talk about them later on in this, I assume. And I know we'll talk about Texas Tech later on in this 40 and 40, and they're on the road there at Texas Tech. So while it's not a back-breaking schedule, I would agree with you. They do play BYU. They do play Texas Tech. BYU at home, Texas Tech on the road. That's probably your 2 best teams in the conference.
Well, I think that there's a good chance they'd be favored against BYU at home.
Really?
I had them dogs in Tucson against Arizona. and Lubbock against Texas Tech. And I agree with you. I think November, like they gotta make their hay early on in September and October, because you start November at Arizona, Kansas State, Utah, at Texas Tech. That is a tough. Like if you can just get 2-2 there, but you're going to need to, have 7 wins going into it.
By the way, make their hay is a process of cutting and drying grass to make food for livestock. You have to do it early on, or the hay rots. It gets mold in it, so you have to make your hay pretty quickly.
Got to make that hay, yeah.
Got to make it early. That's why you got to do it early in the schedule.
That's where the saying comes from. That is TCU in today at number 35 in our rankings. Before we do 4 downs off of that, LT, I want you to tell us about Lance's Lock, lanceslock.com, and our friends at Hemp Hill.
Yeah, coming off a nice 5-2 yesterday. We've still got a nice, solid winning streak going right now, or a winning record, I should say, in the World Cup. We had freaking over 2.5. I don't know how much of England, Norway you guys got to watch. 2 goals pulled off the board. It was 1-1 at halftime. Very disappointing. Under 2.5 that we lost there, but we had a great weekend. Again, coming off of 5-2 yesterday. Jump on board and win with us. We will start back more World Cup action tomorrow and Wednesday with the semifinals. Ton of Major League Baseball today.
When you play totals in World Cup, do you get the penalty kicks, or is it just it's the final regulation score?
It's regulation and then the added time, so 90-plus minutes. But lanceslock.com, free play every single day. It is always brought to you by our friends at Hemp Hill Services. Trust the name. Birmingham is trusted. Whether you experience plumbing, heating, cooling issues, home or business, they are ready to serve you. Trust that name. We've trusted since 1956. Hemp Hill Services, 205-229-2090 or hemphillservices.com.
And it is 4 downs time, presented every single day by our friends at Central Alabama Asphalt and Construction. You mentioned it. You ride through, if you're heading, by the way, on vacation down south and you have to take 65, you're going to see a little construction on Alabama's roadways right there. They'll be done with that about the time my kids have kids, or grandkids potentially. But you ride around Alabama and you see these roadwork projects, good chance our friends at Central Alabama Asphalt are doing it. They're not the reason it's taking forever. Central Alabama Asphalt does great work, and you may think because they do those big roadway projects like that, they don't have time for your smaller job. You are incorrect. They've got an entire division that does jobs like driveways, parking pads, a parking lot for a church or a community center. Any job, big or small, get your estimate at 205-349-0910. 205-349-0910 or centralalabamaasphalt.com.
First down.
A little TCU flair for the first couple of downs. More wins this year, TCU or the Dallas Cowboys? Last year, for reference, TCU 9, Dallas 7.
Big year for Dallas. Double-digit wins for them. Cowboys easily over TCU.
I am inclined to go with the Cowboys as well.
I think the Cowboys...
NFL Eastern Division champion Dallas Cowboys this year.
I would lean that.
Somebody different every year?
I think Dallas is probably 10-7, maybe even 11-6. So, yeah, I would go with the Dallas Cowboys.
Maybe even 12-5. High on the Cowboys this year.
Boy, you are at 12-5. I would go Dallas as well, 10-8 maybe for the Cowboys there.
Second down.
Cheech Martin, 80 years old, from Cheech and Chong.
TCU grad?
No, a better career, Sonny Dykes or Cheech Martin. Forster would love this.
He would.
Cheech has been doing it for a long time.
Yes.
From the Cheech and Chong, it was on Nash Bridges, which I never saw with Don Johnson forever. Was also with Don Johnson in Tin Cup. From Dusk Till Dawn. Yeah. I mean, he's done a lot
carved
of
out
stuff.
a solid career.
I would think though.
What has Chong done?
He makes he does stand up and he's in his 80s now and makes a ton on the weed. A ton.
Oh, he's got like dispensaries?
He doesn't have dispensaries, but he's got a brand.
He's got a brand?
Yeah,
a
and it's very, very popular.
I'll take the Tommy Chong.
Oh,
I bet he has.
I would think, though, like Tommy Chong might have more than Cheech, but I would think Sonny Dykes, the money he's making, might be close.
Yeah, he's coached for a national championship, remarkably. It doesn't get remembered that way.
I think I'll take Cheech just because of the iconic just seems to be a little more iconic.
Yeah.
Sonny Dykes still
Nope. No,
okay.
We can pull against him now.
I'll go Cheech.
Yeah, I think I will too.
Yeah, okay.
Third down.
Harrison Ford, 84 years old. Better career, Harrison Ford or the Ford Mustang? I mean, I like Harrison Ford better. I would personally would never be behind the wheel of a Mustang, but the Mustang is probably, I mean, it is definitely one of our first muscle cars for America. I mean, it's iconic.
60s, early 70s Mustangs, what they are now, not as iconic to me as the 60s and early 70s. That's probably, in my world, a top 5 car of all time. Just when you look at that era, the 60s and early 70s, what the Mustangs used to look like.
Harrison Ford, though, Han Solo, Indiana Jones, The Fugitive.
Well, I would probably see. I don't get into the Maseratis and the Ferraris and all of that.
I'm not a big car guy either.
Yeah, I mean, Mustang is iconic to me.
Yeah.
But I probably would go Harrison Ford.
Really, really close.
Yeah, I think Harrison Ford. I mean, just a great actor. I'm sure he had some bad roles.
Oh, everybody does.
Everybody does.
I mean, he's still getting like critical acclaim from Shrinking on Apple.
And I have never seen it. Witness, is that the name of it?
It's
really good.
To me, The Fugitive's his best. Witness is number 2. Though.
Fugitive, he was really, really good as Dr. Richard Kimball.
Yeah, Witness is great. That was the only role he's been nominated for an Academy Award.
But the weird thing about The Fugitive is a lot of people say Tommy Lee Jones played the best part in that movie.
Oh yeah,
as good as Harrison Ford was.
Yeah, that is such a good movie. But Witness, you'd love Witness. Witness is great.
You know who's great in The Fugitive?
Danny Glover, a young Danny Glover in Witness too.
Yeah, one of my favorite. The Fugitive is one of my favorite movies. Who is great in that is Joey Pants.
Yeah, Joey Pantoloni.
He is so good in that movie. It's just so sarcastic.
The one-liners.
Yeah, the one-liner after one-liner.
Apparently, McLarens are very popular as far as greatest cars of all time.
Cost you a little bit.
Yeah, those are expensive.
Ferrari, Bugattis, Porsches.
Throw our poo for Toyota. I see the logo behind me.
Yeah, I'm not getting the.
You don't have the RAV on there.
Well, these are specific years, like the 1966 whatever. Mustang did not make the top 5 according to the robot.
4th down.
Better chance Travis Kelce wins another Super Bowl or Taylor Swift is at his Hall of Fame induction.
I would say better chance Taylor Swift is at his Hall of Fame induction because he's apparently talking about going into acting. He wants to act now.
Well, apparently this is why she did the tacky Madison Square Garden wedding. That's what people are saying now. Did you guys realize they did a raffle?
I
know this
read
bothers
that.
Dunaway. They did a raffle and made everybody uncomfortable. They were giving away like Chanel bags and stuff. People are like, we're rich. Like, why are they doing this? It was so
I saw that story, though,
awkward.
but I was at a wedding this weekend, which was a very nice wedding, wonderful people. The wedding was good. The reception was terrific. The band at the reception was really, really good. But I saw that story, and I was like, a raffle would be fine.
Yeah, for us, because we don't have any money.
I mean, that's stuff I'm not going to win. But how fun would a raffle be? Like the band plays a song, all right, next we're going to raffle off this,
But I mean, I would think
shotgun.
The average person at that wedding is probably worth $50 million.
I have no idea.
Just very, very awkward. But the reports were she invited guys like Steven Spielberg because she wants Travis to have an acting career.
So, I mean, you could probably see this being his last season. The only point I brought that up is that if this is his last season, he's 6 years away from the Hall. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. Wrong, right, Rami? He'll go in.
He is, yeah.
So you got to say 6-year window. I think they'll still be together. So, yes, I would say she's at his Hall of Fame induction.
He has him at 3 years.
Is that the over-under?
7 minimum.
7 minimum.
Yeah.
So you take the over.
And he had him 3.
Yeah. He's going to be a lot for her to deal with.
I was digging back through social media. Clay weighed in on this. Clay went with you, right? Clay thinks it was a longer term.
Seems like he was a little longer than 3.
Yeah.
That is our 4 downs today, brought to you by Central Alabama Asphalt. Appreciate those guys so much. Also on the show today, we appreciate the fine folks there at Odie's, where Odie's Fest is coming up. I believe it's July the 25th.
Yes, they've got a couple of jam bands there. I did talk to our man Will Haver last week, but tickets are available right now at odiesfest.com, or you can just stop in either location to purchase those tickets. The original location in Crestline, newer location right there in Edgewood on Broadway. Fantastic food from Rodney Davis. Been doing it for more than 4 decades. The award-winning wings, delicious burgers, fantastic sandwiches like the Diablo sandwich. Of course, the ice-cold beer buckets full of the Bud Light. Live music every Friday and Saturday night. Get in, see Will Haver and that fantastic staff. Birmingham Institution is Odie Stafford.
Follow LT on Twitter at @TheLanceTaylor.
You know, sometimes injury attorneys get a bad rep, being called ambulance chasers, showing up to the accident scene before the EMTs get there. At Alexander Sonora Trial Attorneys, this ain't that. We get enough cardio. No need to chase ambulances. Look, if you're injured in any type of accident, don't accept a dime from the insurance company. Hit up the gators of the litigation situation. Alexander Sonora Trial Attorneys. Call 659-777-7777 or alexwins.law.
Call me, Alabama. Physical office location, Birmingham.
Sterling and the fine folks at Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster want to welcome you in for a great lunch or dinner starting at 11 a.m. every day. Chicken that's brined overnight and cooked to order, and the taste of the Delta with those Delta recipe tamales. Champy's is perfect for all your tailgating needs this football season. You can also choose Champy's for your next party, wedding, or birthday. Great food, great people. Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster, and everything online at champyschicken.com.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Never miss anything from the next round when you listen on demand through the podcast platform of your choice: Apple, Spotify, iHeart, or Google Podcast. Wherever you listen, always like, follow, subscribe, turn on automatic download so you can catch every part of the next round. Listen anywhere in the world, anytime on the Next Round podcast feed, and support the show by following, subscribing, and turning on automatic downloads on any podcast platform. Listen anywhere in the world, anytime on the Next Round podcast feed. Thanks for always making the next round a big part of your day.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you: Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop. Rare quality, well-done service. Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today.
Remember the name Way to Wellness if you're battling weight loss in your life. I'm Jim Dunaway from The Next Round. There was a time I was over 216 pounds until Way to Wellness helped me lose 45 pounds, and now for over 2 years, they've helped me keep that weight off. Here's their website, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. That's a great name for a website because there's no cookie-cutter plan. Everything is designed specifically for you. No contract, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free at Way to Wellness. All right, Innisfree countdown to kickoff is 48 days. We love the folks at Innisfree. Hope you're having a great Monday as we get closer and closer to the start of school. I mean, we're less than a month away for a lot of kids going back to school.
It's been heavily discussed in my house.
Man.
Yeah, it's been heavily discussed in my house. Not a popular topic.
Brought that up at church yesterday during the Children's Minute, and I was surprised. There was probably 40 kids up front, and I'd say 30 of them when the pastor said, you guys looking forward to going back to school? 30 of them were like, yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, ready to go back to school. They enjoy that learning experience. Hey, good news for World Cup teams that made Kansas City their home base. That's where England and Argentina are. They're based in Kansas City. That was their home base during this whole month and a half of the World Cup. And both of them have advanced, and they'll play each other in Atlanta coming up on Wednesday.
Tickets crazy, by the way.
Part of the Final Four. Talk about the tickets after I tell them the Tuesday game is France and Spain in Dallas. The championship is coming up on Sunday. Tell us more.
I have heard 5,000 to get in. Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I mean, England, obviously. I mean, it's crazy when you think about the history of England soccer and the fact that they've only been to 3 semifinals. This is their 4th now.
Get-in's about half that.
Yeah. Okay, well, I mean,
I've been looking.
Okay, well, over the weekend, people were talking $5,000. I mean, because we went to, and you guys know the English pub I'm talking about, to watch the end of England's win over Norway, and then to watch Switzerland lose to Argentina. And I mean, there was a buzz in there, and people, talking about going over to Atlanta. I think it will be more than that, Tyler. That's pretty good value. I mean, I wouldn't spend $2,500.
Tickets have been dropping for these knockout rounds.
Yeah, a little bit
dramatically. Scalpers have been losing their shirts.
A little bit more on the World Cup after I remind you the fine folks at Way to Wellness bring you an opportunity to jumpstart your weight loss with Leslie and her board-certified team. You can do that by going to their website at planforme.com. Planforme.com, Way to Wellness. No contracts, no sign-up fees. First consultation's free. Injection therapy to meal replacements and everything. Way to Wellness, your journey to healthy living. Go ahead. What were you saying, Tyler? Knockout rounds. Does it have something to do with the fact that it's the top 4 seeds? This is much like the NCAA tournament. It starts with a lot of buzz. I mean, my God, this has been going on a little over a month now.
So there's a lot that goes into it. For part of it, it's people coming over. They've been here for a month. They're out of money pretty much to budget towards tickets and hotel and travel. They're not looking to pay $7,000 per ticket.
No, but I think what you get from a lot of the richer England fans now that they're in this spot is I'll fly over this week if you're not already here. I will go to the match Wednesday in Atlanta, and then hopefully you win, and then you're in New York City for the weekend.
So from what I've seen as far as the prices and how they've been trending, that spike has already happened. Now it's just going to sink until game time for the semis. Now, finals tickets are still going to be crazy expensive.
Well, that's going to be driven by almost like the Super Bowl, by people are just going to want to be there. I'm not an English fan. I'm not an Argentine fan. I'm not a fan of Spain or France. Yeah, I just want to be there.
I would tell you that I had a friend who flew up to Boston to see, I forget who played at Gillette, the last game at Gillette, but he went to that game. And they hung out in Boston for a couple of days after that. And he said just a sea of Argentina fans still up in that area, they're just hanging out waiting for Sunday's championship.
You wonder
they're not coming to Atlanta. They're staying up there. So there are apparently a couple of masses of Argentina fans all over the country and these watch parties outside the stadiums. It's sort of like we get at some of the big college football venues, like we'll probably have at LSU Ole Miss this year. There'll be as many or more people outside the stadium than inside the stadium. You're definitely getting this in some of the World Cup games.
Well, this is the semifinals they wanted, and FIFA was going to get it because they threw that red card on Switzerland. They make sure they were going to play.
You don't think that? That was a clear flop. Last week you were complaining about people flopping, and now you're complaining about when they punished the flop.
Hey, and go back and watch this documentary on Vinnie Jones, who was a footballer in England. He was in Snatch and Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. That's when they used to let them play soccer. I mean, they could slide without throwing a yellow card nonstop.
You can still slide. There's been a lot of reckless slides with studs up, which is always
you cannot take up for these guys.
Please
Tyler.
tell me more about how they're ruining this game that you don't watch.
It's embarrassing. Well, I won't. After Sunday, I will not watch again for 4 years. I can guarantee you that. But FIFA made sure Argentina was there for sure.
I mean, I do think you can't deny that FIFA, Tyler, has a sketchy past, right?
Well, go back to the Egypt game.
Course,
okay.
If we're gonna,
you can't deny that, and you can't deny that if FIFA were allowed to pick the 4 participants remaining, this is the 4 they would have picked.
This is it.
Sure, but dude from Switzerland shouldn't have taken a flop when he's on a yellow.
Okay,
that
that's
is a
fine.
stupid move. There's no argument against it.
I'm not even arguing that.
But all they do is take flops.
I'm not even arguing. I'm not even in this argument.
Now you're arguing when they card a guy for flopping.
Yeah.
How do you win?
Because
How do you enjoy this game?
they don't. Like, they card the other guy for flopping. Like, they card the guy that kicked him in the back of his cleat when he's rolling around like, he's been poisoned. That's they give the other guy the yellow card. Now this guy rolls around and they give him a red card.
Well, because he was already on a yellow. It was a double yellow, so that's a red.
Okay. Stupid rules.
But all I'm
Watch
saying,
a different sport then.
I
will Sunday.
All I'm saying is, if FIFA, a corrupt organization, we all agree on that.
Oh yeah, one of the most corrupt,
could have handpicked this. They would have picked this for it, right?
But they've never had the top four seeds before.
I'm not saying they have. I'm just saying if they could have handpicked it, this is what they would have picked.
Yeah, well, you guys know I don't buy into conspiracy theories because I would stop watching sports if I thought that some sports were fixed. I just wouldn't watch them.
I know, and I'm not saying there is.
I never
one.
think about that it's fixed or anything like that. FIFA's
But you did
process,
think that the Egypt that was very, very sketchy.
I don't understand how you let plays go on that long. It was the incorrect call. Now whether it was the incorrect call because you had an all whatever replay and the head referee making a decision that benefits my team down the road, I don't know.
Yeah, and I think you can get with
the other
like
night,
teams,
the Argentina game, it was France and all French team of referees and review guys.
Yeah, with like teams, I think you can get away with it. Now that England's the better team, I don't know what they're going to have to do to get Argentina through to the finals.
You think England's the better team?
Oh, they are, for sure.
Who's favored?
But England has also, England was behind for an hour the other day against Dr.
Congo?
Congo.
Yeah.
And Norway almost beat them. Sorloth was extremely greedy and did not play a through ball to Erling Haaland.
Cape Verde had freaking Argentina on the ropes.
Oh, yeah. Both of these teams have been living on the edge.
Yeah. I mean, France, again, I've said it the whole time, is by far the best. I'm hoping that Spain can pull off the upset.
Well, in the world rankings, France is 1, Argentina 2, Spain 3, England 4, and those are your 4 finals. It's the finalists. But, hey, if you think there's problems in World Cup soccer, don't worry. This is the largest one we've ever had. They're already talking about expanding it for 2030 to 64 teams. We went to 48, went from 32 to 48, and now it's not just college football. We're here for
college basketball.
We're here for a step at 48, and they're already talking about by 2030 we're going to 64 teams.
I am here to expand as long as we don't have draws. Let's just go straight knockout if we're going 64.
Yeah, why don't we? How many countries are there in the world? Let's go 128.
Oh, I'm kind of with Lance. Yeah, bracket this thing like the NCAA tournament.
Let's just go knockouts.
Yeah.
No.
Why?
I will actually argue against the World Cup ever coming back here if that's how we're going to try and change the game.
Oh, no, I like that. Well,
I mean, I know you do, and I'm saying that's wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, these draws are fun.
Yeah, I don't like draws, and I don't like the games we've gotten that had no meaning.
Sometimes the teams are equally meshed. You can't just give
not
a
until
team
you
a
take
win
it to penalty kicks.
Yeah. I don't understand draws either. I don't like if we're changing the game. I don't like the extra time. If we're going to play overtime, let's have a golden goal.
That's
we
it.
do that
I'm
somewhere.
with you on that. Yeah,
No.
I like that too.
Yeah. I don't want to.
No.
I don't want to give somebody an equalizer.
Because you finish one attack, the game is just over now.
What?
You always complain about Harry Potter crap getting put into sports. That's the literal golden snitch.
When have I ever said anything?
What is
about
the
Harry
golden
Potter
snitch?
crap?
Yeah.
And by the way, I've only said we get to
Several
change
times.
the
Come on.
rules if we win the World Cup. If we win the World Cup, we get to change some of the rules. That should be.
We're never going.
No.
Yeah, we're never going.
No, I hope America never wins in that case.
Whoa.
If that's the
Hey, this is why
consequences of
all
us
this
winning.
steam soccer will not. It will completely fall off the cliff Sunday.
Well, I mean, it's not helped other sports. Now, I did love. I know you guys probably talked about this, but when the United States was getting embarrassed by Belgium, and the game's obviously over, and the play-by-play guy goes full Fox Shield. Did y'all hear him? He's like, "Hey, listen. If you've enjoyed this United States run, there's plenty of good soccer left here on Fox.
We got 2 more weeks left.
That's right. Plenty right here on Fox.
Most amazing thing that happened during this, Brownie, I'm sure you were not paying attention to social media on your vacation, was the Americans started playing so bad that James Franklin started to trend.
What? What's the connection?
The Americans had beaten some teams they were supposed to beat.
Yeah.
Now they were playing a big game on a big stage against a good team, and they were losing.
Yeah.
So somebody made the comparison to James Franklin. And
That's awesome.
And it caught like fire. You started getting Franklin in an American jersey, a coach on the sidelines, and it just became a unbelievable, fiery, trending James Franklin while the Americans were as LT likes to say, crap in the bed.
They were. It was an embarrassing performance by the United States. And I saw some old boy that covers soccer for Fox write that, like, this shows we shouldn't extend Pochettino. I'm like, you got to be out of your mind.
Oh,
I'd
be done with him too.
You'd be done with him?
Yeah, I'd be done with him.
Did I dream, or did we decide not to extend him?
I never saw that they went through with his deal. I just saw that they were trying to extend him, and Pochettino was kind of holding out.
Not that I was dreaming about World Cup.
What's that?
Not that I was dreaming about World Cup soccer, but didn't I see that we hired somebody else to coach us through 2030 over the weekend?
I did not see that. I think
didn't
you dreamed
see that.
But Brown, I think you did a
joke.
Tremendous job as far as like the attacking style. It was exciting, but once we got to Belgium, the round of 16, which we get to every time, it was the same old thing.
It was, but I mean, he can't help it that the player we built our team around has zero heart and passion for the game.
But you can help out with that. Like Saban,
I don't know if
rid
you
of his
can.
ass a long time ago.
Well, I don't know if you can. I mean, you can't change
Let
it.
Saban coach that team.
He's been allowed to operate that way for too long. This Pulisic cat. I mean, you're not going to change it overnight. I mean, I think you got to give him time to get his style of player in there.
I said last week I would pull all the endorsement. Like I saw this morning, Hershey ran a big campaign for him.
For Pulisic?
Yeah.
Oh, he got killed though.
Yeah, but I wouldn't run that.
He got killed.
Nick's right. I got AI'd again when it came to we didn't hire a new coach. I was like, God, we pulled the plug on Pooch pretty quick.
Not on my guy.
Let's see. Robert says the World Cup has been awesome, and I haven't been a
It
soccer
has
fan
been.
ever. It's been fantastic.
Been incredible.
It's been very entertaining. I
Daniel
agree.
said if you guys hadn't killed the bracket challenge, the loser of the next bracket challenge would have to pick a Premier League team and watch every game for a season.
That's not a punishment. You just
For some
you
of
get
us,
to enjoy
guys.
this historic sport that has
Getting
lots
up
of
at
traditions.
7 in the morning to watch a draw.
I have many times.
All right, so that is what's going on with the World Cup. Again, tomorrow they go in Dallas, France and Spain. Wednesday in Atlanta, England and Argentina. Then Sunday in New Jersey for the World Cup. And it's been a great run here in the United States. A little NFL football after we tell you about a couple of our great sponsors. One of them is our friends at New York Butcher Shop, LT.
I had an opportunity to get in there on Friday. Saw Jim and Art, Tony, all the great guys there at the Cobb Heights location. No, excuse me, at the 119 location. The original is the Cobb Heights location. From the fresh meats, specialty items, fantastic selection of fine wines and desserts. Got some of those apple pie slices. Had one, this is so bad, Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday night.
That ain't bad. That's living. L-I-V-I-N.
Fantastic. They've also got that sub, the sandwich station where you can go in. You can get one of their signature sandwiches. You can create your own. They're massive. You're going to love that for lunch or dinner. Stop into one of those two locations today. Tell Jim and the staff of Butchers Next Round sent you. Rare quality, well-done service. It is the New York Butcher Shop.
Drove home from the beach Friday. Unloaded the luggage, went straight to Inverness Golf Course to get around to golf in. Played Saturday, played Sunday. It is in spectacular shape. I'll go ahead and tell you, best shape it is from the members, and I've been a member there long. From the members, they say it's the best they've ever seen it. So you're getting Inverness Country Club at a top level, and that's where it always is. ICCAlabama.com if you're looking for a club home in the Birmingham area. Inverness Country Club, the best days happen at Inverness. Call Erin, our friend, and let her take you on a tour of that course. 205-991-8608, 205-991-8608 for a tour of Inverness Country Club. And you'll see a beautiful course, great clubhouse, but the people are what makes Inverness the best. Inverness Country Club, ICCAlabama.com, or 205-991-8608.
Richard says, why don't you finish the Uber Wednesday over in Atlanta? You think there would be people calling for Ubers around that place?
Oh, my gosh. That'd be a disaster.
My head would explode.
Oh, it would, yeah. You'd be sitting in so much traffic.
Oh, that is insane. When Tyler went to the game, he said he was getting there early and got caught into the fan walk-ins that shut down the streets.
Are you really thinking about pulling the trigger on another ticket?
I am. If you guys are cool with me dipping out Wednesday, I was thinking that
Are Brooks and Scott back?
Yes.
Okay.
Scott will be back. Brooks is still on vacation. So my thinking was I'd set up the show, have everything ready, and then if Cheese is up to the task, he can run the show with Scott running cameras.
Cheese, you good? Yeah, I mean,
I'm not to pry into your finances.
Here we
You're going to
go.
be able to get rent paid this month.
Oh, I've been flipping so much Supreme lately.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Tyler's selling on the side.
Yeah.
I
I'll
thought we
buy
paid for
hoodies
the last
100,
ticket.
sell for 2.
I gave him $300. Did y'all not pay for the last ticket?
I was on vacation, Jim.
I'm kidding. I didn't give him $300.
I mean, it's a
that's
once in a
fine with me,
lifetime.
especially if you can get some
Content.
content for us.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, it's a tax write-off.
I'd rather you go Tuesday night. And,
Wait, I can write off the tickets I bought?
If you're getting content for us, I'd check with your accountant, but I think you can pull that off.
Probably can.
Can I use your accountant? I don't have a guy.
Oh, well, that's going to be a problem there.
You'll need one with you buying these tickets.
that was the most Brown comment of all time. Just
just hit up your accountant.
Check with your accountant, Tyler.
Well, I mean,
Ask your financial advisor, your wealth manager.
Yeah, between driving Uber Eats, Tyler, just check with your accountant there. Well,
I don't
whatever.
do that anymore.
I know. That's just crazy.
No, I do it. I'm surprised more fans don't use MARTA.
Life's too short, man. Go.
Well, Tyler said to use MARTA.
So it was
when he went over.
but it was the fans walking on the streets that got you, because I bet they mostly use MARTA.
Yeah, it was the area around Olympic Park being completely gridlocked because of the parades, and my reserved parking spot was in a garage right next to Olympic Park.
You pre-bought a spot.
Okay, well, I
don't know if you do that for Falcons games,
no,
but I do.
I'll tell you what I do for Falcons games is I park in Buckhead and MARTA down.
So you go all the way to Buckhead?
Yeah, because normally I'll go to Buckhead and get dinner afterwards.
Okay. Well, I was about to say that
might be a good idea.
Celebrated Dolphins win.
There's a parking area at a church about 1.5 miles from the stadium, north of the stadium. It's an easy downhill walk, not that bad uphill after a game if you happen to beat the Falcons. That's where I park. I buy a prepaid parking pass there, and I park there and I walk. Easy walk to the stadium.
Tyler, do you know why Argentina and England hate each other so much? Because they don't play a lot, but people are talking about like...
Oh, yeah, 1966.
The Hand of God? Is that it?
No, that was later.
That was 86.
Yeah, 66 was...
they get in a brawl or something?
Yeah, it was at Wembley Stadium. It was in the World Cup, and the Argentine players played a different style than the European players. The English coach called them filthy animals. They play like a bunch of filthy animals, and that didn't sit well, and...
but the Hand of God really poured fuel on that fire, right?
So in that Hand of God game, the first goal was the famous Diego Maradona Hand of God, where he punches it into the goal and it's not called back. And then
no VAR review, but
no
VAR back then.
Shouldn't have needed it.
That he also scored what is known as the goal of the century in that game, where he just dusts 4 or 5 defenders and puts it in.
And that was in Mexico City, right?
Yes,
because
that was at the Estadio
was.
Azteca.
Because I remember that as part of the best game of this whole thing has been England and Mexico. That was phenomenal. But they did a great piece, a Tom Rinaldi piece on the lead up of all the pain England has faced in this event. And part of it was the Hand of God at that stadium.
Yeah, don't you think, and I'm not talking about the Messi factor, but the best matchup would be France and England?
No.
No, it would be France and Argentina, I guess. You'd want your two best, but if Argentina is not good, and they have been living on the edge.
Yeah, they're living off. I mean, and Messi's incredible when he's got the ball, but he just kind of stands there and then he gets the ball and he makes crazy things happen.
I do feel like there's something with I would call him Bellingham, but apparently I'm pronouncing too many things. Bellingham.
That kid can play.
Jude Bellingham. He's been in the right place, right time the whole tournament. So having England in it would be more interesting to me. As I would agree with Lance. I don't know if it'll be a better game, but it would be more interesting for me. I know you're Messi till I die, but I think I would want to see England. I can't figure out when I'm watching them if I'm cheering for England or not cheering for England.
It's tough. I mean, I've got skin in the game. They're my only team left because I lost Norway, obviously, to England, and I lost Switzerland this past weekend.
I kind of, once the U.S. got bounced, I kind of picked up Norway because of that Holland guy. I kind of liked him.
And you're right, Tyler. Man, that guy, he was taking on 2 guys, and Holland was wide open. How do you not feed it to him?
It was crazy. And
you just get that Kylian Mbappe tunnel vision and don't look at your teammates, and you start making selfish decisions.
France is the one I don't like. Mbappe's completely unlikable.
That whole team is.
Yeah, I don't like France at all. Anybody but France.
The heel of international soccer.
And Spain's just boring, but maybe Spain bores them enough into losing a 1-0 match.
Were the Argentinian women as good looking in person when you went over there, Tyler?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Even more. I might move out to Buenos Aires.
I don't think that's how they say it.
I'll learn how to say it.
Aires.
Out to.
Not down to. Yeah, down to.
Yeah.
Wherever it is.
I'm one of those map guys that if it's north, I go up to.
Yeah.
If it's south, I go down to.
I went
out
down.
Could be anywhere.
Like LT went down to the Caribbean.
No, you
on
go
vacation.
You go out to California.
Yeah. You go over to Europe.
You go over to Europe.
Yeah.
You go up to Chicago?
You go up to Chicago, 100%.
Chicago.
You go down to Mexico.
You go out to California. I agree with Brown.
Yep.
You go over to
the weird thing is
Europe
you go
and over to Japan too.
Well, but the weird thing is you go out to California, but you go over to South Carolina. You never say you go out to South Carolina. I go over to South Carolina.
I'd probably go up to South Carolina
Go
too.
up.
Nah,
I think you can use out for any of them because no matter what direction you're heading, you are going out from where you were.
Yeah.
I go
I
over
think
to
technically
Atlanta.
you just didn't get the name of the city correctly.
That's true. That's a good start. That is true. You go over to Atlanta. Yeah.
And I go up to Nashville.
I go over to Atlanta. I go up to Nashville.
I go down to New Orleans.
I go down to New Orleans.
Yeah. I go down to 30A.
Down to the beach. Yep.
Yep.
Why 30A, man? I was there this week. It is nonstop building there.
It's recession-proof too, isn't it?
It is. There's plenty of people. I was about to say it has lost its charm, and it has for me, but it hasn't for most of
Alice
America.
Was so beautiful, and now you can't see the beach.
I know.
For years, we've been going since the kids got older to where we didn't have to rent the bikes anymore, which is the only reason we went to that.
That's right.
To the Rosemary side.
Yeah.
We've been going to the other side.
Blue Mountain?
The Blue Mountain
I like Blue
side.
Mountain.
Well, my goodness, it is almost equally as crowded.
I
now.
100% agree.
Yep.
Yeah. I liked that. Blue Mountain was the one I always liked going to.
Yeah, I just don't like the properties there as much. First world
There was
problem.
one I found that I really liked. That's why we always went to Blue Mountain.
Yeah.
But
we stayed basically right there at the Skunk Gully and
Shunk Gully.
Yeah.
Our buddy Paul owns that place.
Skunk Gully.
Where are you going to eat dinner tonight? The old
Skunk
Skunk
Gully.
Gully.
Our friend that watches the show that owns the place would like for you to say it properly.
And then he's got a liquor store and then paid parking. He's racking up.
Oh, I know he is.
He's racking up.
I know he is.
Brilliant businessman. That's hour 2 of the show. We'll do hour 3 when we come back. The show today being brought to you by our wonderful friends at Crane U. LT, tell us about Crane U again on how you can change your career.
Yeah, if you're looking, curious about a career in the crane industry, first big step, we've told you before, getting certified, becoming fully compliant. Crane U is here to help you guide every single step of the way. Crane U is your all-in-one destination for crane certification success. They will guide you through every single step of the process, from the comprehensive prep, both in and out of the classroom, to ensure you're fully equipped for even the toughest exams. Then they're going to streamline your experience by administering both the written and hands-on test right there at their facility in Leeds, so you get certified with confidence and convenience. Inspections, training, certifications, whatever you need, Crane U's got it handled. One call you make and you're good. For more information, craneu.com. That is craneu.com.
Follow Scott Forrester on Twitter at Scott Forrester TV.
Dump trucks, delivery vans, tankers, 18-wheelers, 35 types of commercial vehicles share the road with you every day. When one hits you, trust me, the company's lawyers are already moving. You should be too. Over $2 billion recovered. Alexander Schnarr trial attorneys are ready to fight for you. Call 659-777-7777 or visit alexwins.law for your free case evaluation. Don't wait. Alexander Schnarr trial attorneys. 659-777-7777. alexwins.law. Physical offices, Birmingham.
Sterling and the fine folks at Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster want to welcome you in for a great lunch or dinner starting at 11 a.m. every day. Chicken that's brined overnight and cooked to order, and the taste of the Delta with those Delta recipe tamales. Champy's is perfect for all your tailgating needs this football season. You can also choose Champy's for your next party, wedding, or birthday. Great food, great people. Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster, and everything online at champyschicken.com.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Next Round shirts, Next Round hoodies, and Next Round hats are all in one place. NextRound.store. Find your favorite piece of gear from your favorite show and put it in your rotation. You never know. You might be in one of our videos showing Next Round gear being worn all over the world. Find all your favorite Next Round gear by visiting NextRound.store. Place an order for you and that big Next Round fan in your life at NextRound.store. Look your best at work, at school, at the stadium, or anywhere you go wearing Next Round gear from NextRound.store.
Hey, for all of your IT and printing needs, reach out to our friends at Xerox Business Solutions. Look, I'm still one of those old school guys. I print my notes every single day for the show. If you watch the show here on the Next Round, you see all the notes in front of me. From day one, Xerox Business Solutions, they've been with us here at the Next Round. Local for over 45 years. For all of your IT and printing needs, visit XeroxBusinessSolutions.com or call 205-969-3000. That's 205-969-3000. Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop, rare quality, well-done service.
Remember the name Way to Wellness if you're battling weight loss in your life. I'm Jim Dunaway from the Next Round. There was a time I was over 216 pounds until Way to Wellness helped me lose 45 pounds, and now for over 2 years, they've helped me keep that weight off. Here's their website, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. That's a great name for a website because there's no cookie-cutter plan. Everything is designed specifically for you. No contract, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free at Way to Wellness. Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. The Next Round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
Our friends at Champy's, they bring you the final hour of the show. Champy'sChicken.com, Highway 119 in Alabaster. Get by and see Sterling for lunch or dinner or happy hour this week. It's a great little restaurant there on Highway 119 in Alabaster, just off the I-65 exit at the Alabaster exit there. Sterling has been in that building for 11 years now. The chicken is brined overnight, cooked to order. It is so delicious when it comes out. The hand-cut chicken fingers, fantastic as well. And the Mississippi Delta recipe tamales. It's all right there at Champy's Chicken, Champy'sChicken.com. Go check out Sterling and them down on Highway 119 in Alabaster. Final hour of the show, LTD&B. Well, we've talked Lane Kiffin and the LSU boosters meetings that's getting together. We talked about Alabama's recruiting of Kingston pre-year, another quarterback for the future. That's 5 elite quarterbacks committed to or at Tuscaloosa that are redshirt freshmen or younger. And then Alabama gets another commitment during the show today, again for 2028, Brownie, and the Tide's rolling in the 2028 class.
Yeah, third in the month of July, by the way. 4-star offensive lineman Anthony Blaylock, Austintown, Ohio. So offensive lineman there. Alabama second in the 2028 recruiting ranking.
It's going to be a big class, Brownie. That's going to be a big class.
All right. I assume nobody looks at that as like, oh, no, I guess DeBoer can recruit.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
No, they're not going to say that? Okay.
So that's a little college football there. And we'll do some more college football talking about the school up north after Brownie tells us about Alexander Shannara, trial attorney. This is our spotlight today.
Shannara.com. He brings you the spotlight every single day. And Alexander Shannara, trial attorneys, brings you legal assistance whatever you face, not just personal injury, but fire and storm damage, bad drug and device cases, workers' compensation, employment, the list goes on, and he has been extremely successful. More than $2 billion are recovered for his clients. More than $2 billion recovered for his clients. So that tells you the type of success he has. Let him work for you, whatever you face legally. Alexander Shannara Trial Attorneys. You don't pay a dime unless they win your case. Shannara.com, Shannara.com.
Man, how did Ward Manuel keep his job this long at Michigan when you look back at all the things that have gone on at Michigan? Comes out over the weekend. Michigan's going to have a Regents, a trustees meeting on Thursday to discuss the future of Ward Manuel. Everyone close to the reporting on this saying Ward Manuel is done as the AD there. Just go back. Jim Harbaugh leaves right after winning a national championship, just like Dusty May does in basketball. But I guess the good news is you won 2 national championships in the 2 biggest sports. You had the Sharon Moore incident, the sign-stealing incident, and an $11.5 million investigation, an investigation into the culture of your athletic department that you paid $11.5 million to do the survey, the internal investigation to look at the culture of your program. How do you keep your job just spending $11.5 million on an investigation?
Yeah, I don't think you do. I think ultimately he's going to get blown out. Maybe more people will get blown out because when you start doing these investigations, you find some things that you probably don't want to find. The Paige Shiver, she has, I haven't heard the comments, but she did finally go on record. I wonder how much they had to pay her. Like, how much do you think they had to pay her to go away?
I don't know, but, almost everyone says this was the worst kept secret in Ann Arbor, Michigan, that everybody knew this affair was going on.
Including Ward Manuel.
Which would become problematic for him because of all that has occurred because of this. I read
also things he knew about, according to the internal investigation. It does look like because of the Chris Partridge lawsuit, he was the guy that was fired, dismissed during the sign-stealing incident. He's suing Michigan for some back pay and some other stuff, damage to his, his name and things. That there are computer evidence that Michigan Athletic Department, including Ward Manuel, knew about the sign stealing going on before the 2023 season. That they all knew what they were doing. In fact, we're all very comfortable with what was going on.
I don't think Michigan fans really care. I mean, the thing you would say about Ward Manuel, though, is not only do you win a championship in 23 with Harbaugh, you look at what Dusty May did this past year. Now you can look at Harbaugh's gone, May's gone, so there has been that turnover. But when you just look at pure championships, you got 2 of the big ones in the last 4 years.
In your rundown of all the issues, did you mention the coach that was hacking into private emails to get videos and photos?
No.
That was also under Ward Manuel's watch, where that was caught, at least. I think it started before, at least the allegations say it started before.
Well, you hope he didn't know about that and didn't do anything.
Well, the guy got caught and fired. I mean, at some point, even when people get caught and fired for things, if enough of that happens under your leadership, you're like, well, there's a leadership issue. If people are doing all these things, that reflects on you as a leader, even though they're getting caught and fired.
Said this before. I do think it's smart, not necessarily, because you're doing nefarious things, but if you're a head coach, you want to have a secondary cell phone because you don't want all of your personal calls going out on a university phone. What's going to be interesting, I would think Ward Manuel probably just has a university-issued phone. So there's probably digital footprints, whether it's his computer or his phone, of anything that might have gone down.
Well, Brody's dead on here. Why did they let this guy sign Mike Boynton Jr. to a 2-year contract?
I couldn't figure that out. I saw that break. Yeah.
Like, if you want to let him, based on timing, be the interim coach this year, and maybe that's why he did it, like, oh, this will at least keep me here 2 more years. That's not the case. And I'll tell you what, if I'm a new AD coming in, that would be part of, hey, I'll evaluate Boynton on the job. Yeah. But if he's not the guy after this year, we might have to pay him that buyout.
I bet it's a minimal buyout.
Probably
because it's just
Boynton would sign whatever.
It's just a 2-year deal, and Boynton he'd have paid the buyout himself if you have to fire him just to get that job.
But I would assume the new AD is going to hire, more than likely Boynton won't work out. It could. He could be the next great head coach. But you're going to be hiring football based on the fact that we don't believe that Kyle Whittingham's going to be there a long time.
He's how old is he now?
He's probably 65,
Yeah,
64.
He's not going to do it much longer.
But you're going to have the 2 biggest hires coming up.
I did see someone on X say that when the Board of Trustees pays a law firm to do these investigations, you can count on 2 things. Number 1, a big head is going to roll. And number 2, it's not going to be a Board of Trustees member.
Yeah. Right, yeah.
They're not the one that's going to – they're paying for the investigation.
But have you ever heard of an $11.5 million investigation?
No. That is a hefty investigation.
Yeah.
So somebody's head's got to roll after that. You can't do that investigation and say, I'll tell you what, I know there's a mound of evidence saying this athletic department was a mess, but we actually found that it was quite clean. I mean, he's going to get fired.
Yeah, it's been an interesting ride for Michigan. Very successful, but boy, some of the more tarnished storylines coming out of that place, all under Warren Manuel. Looks like that change is going to happen before we get to the start of this football season. One more college football thing to get to before we get to the NFL today. Brought to you by our friends at Odie's. Again, Odie's Fest is coming up, but don't forget, great lunch so we can get by there and get the unbelievable burger.
Oh, yeah, the burger's fantastic. The wings are award-winning. The delicious sandwiches like the Diablo sandwich. Got to use a knife and fork for that one. Ice-cold beer buckets full of the Bud Light. Trivia on Wednesdays. Live music every Friday and Saturday. And as Dunaway said, coming up in just the next 2 weeks, Odie's Fest 2026. For more information on that, to get tickets, odiesfest.com, or stop in, see Will Haver and that great staff. Birmingham Institution, 2 locations, Odie Stafford.
They played, what's it called, Brown, when they played that celebrity golf tournament out at Lake Tahoe? Is it the event every year?
The American Charity Classic or something like that. Are you talking about the system they play?
The one at Barclays. The name of the event.
I think it's American. I don't know.
It's not important.
It's sponsored. It's a sponsorship, like American Classic or something.
Yeah, not important. I'm just bringing it up because I saw Larry Fitzgerald.
The American Century Championship.
There you go. That's it.
Larry Fitzgerald was out there, and he was being interviewed. I think it was on a Barstool podcast. And they started talking to him about, other than USC, and he stopped them before they even could finish the sentence. He goes, no, it's not even other than USC. It's Pittsburgh. And they were like, you don't even know what I'm going to ask you. And you're going to say, graduates of our football program who could make the best NFL team of all time. And he goes, it's Pittsburgh. And Larry Fitzgerald was like, you just start. Our quarterback is Dan Marino.
Okay, I'll give you
Our
that
running
one.
back is Tony Dorsett.
Okay.
He goes, I'm a pretty good wide receiver.
Yeah, he's right about that.
And then you start going, Aaron Donald,
Hugh Green,
Mike Ditka was a Pitt guy. Bill Fralick was an offensive lineman who's a Hall of Famer. And he's just started. He named a whole tackle to tackle. He had thought about this.
Yeah,
he started doing it, and he was like, we are the school.
I think I would still take USC. It'd be interesting. I never would have even considered Pittsburgh until you said that.
Yeah, I wouldn't have either. I mean, but boy, I tell you what, the big names, the high-end talent, he's right about Pittsburgh.
Miami would be really, really good, too.
Yes, they would.
Am I incorrect? Did Darrell Rivas not go to Pitt?
He did.
He did. Rivas Island. So you got a good corner.
Yeah, Fitzgerald, Ricky Jackson, linebacker.
That played the one that played for the Dome Patrol with the Saints. Yeah.
Yep. Curtis Martin, running back.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you're pretty deep at running back. Tony Dorsett and my
Curtis
favorite Martin.
Yeah,
Yep.
Curtis Martin might have been a little bit better than Dorsett.
He might be your starter.
Maybe.
Remember Chris Dolman at DN?
Yeah.
I mean, think of Aaron
Played
Donald,
for the Buccaneers, right?
Vikings.
Aaron Donald, Hugh
Vikings,
Green,
yeah.
Chris Dolman. I mean, that's a defensive line right there.
Okay. He sold me.
Russ Grimm on the offensive line. Joe Schmidt was an old-time linebacker from the Lions back in the day. Mike Ditka, and, of course, Dan Marino. I mean, that's a pretty good team there at Pitt.
Who's your USC quarterback? Is it Leinart?
It would be Leinart just based on college production. Now, Carson Palmer, if you probably
included the NFL.
Yeah, if you included both. Or Caleb Williams.
I mean, that's where
you guys are so far behind starting. If I'm just starting the game, you guys are so far behind at USC. I don't know why I'm saying you guys, Lance, but you're a USC fan.
But
Dan Marino versus anybody.
Oh,
you're rolling out is not even
no.
close.
That's where I was
but
going.
in college, that's what I'm saying, though.
Yeah.
Oh,
Leinart,
but these are NFL players. He's talking about an NFL team.
Yeah, if you build the all-NFL team, yeah.
For sure. I would probably go Caleb Williams, but Carson Palmer would be right there.
So then I go
college is building an NFL
team. Yeah. So then you start looking at quarterback. You go Michigan. All right, there's Tom Brady from Michigan. What do I get? At receiver, Desmond Howard and Anthony Carter.
Yeah, I mean,
is that my receiving core from Michigan, Lance? Desmond Howard and Anthony Carter. That's it, right?
Just stop.
Braylon Edwards, really good. But I probably would go those two.
I think Pitt beats them.
I agree. At receiver, they do.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, obviously Alabama has a great history, but when you get to the NFL
just don't have a quarterback.
level of that,
you don't have a quarterback. I mean, your quarterback right now is either Tua or Bryce Young.
I mean, you're going to be rolling out with Joe Namath or
Hurts.
Kenny Stabler, or
it's not good enough.
That's who you're going to be rolling out with. Kenny Stabler, Super Bowl champion, and a lot.
You said Miami. Your quarterback there is going to be tricky. Is it Testaverde? Is that your quarterback from Miami?
I mean, Testaverde was pretty good.
Jim
in the
Kelly,
NFL.
probably.
Jim Kelly. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Miami would be pretty good.
No, Miami's good because now you got Jim Kelly. You're going to have, I mean, pick your receivers. Who's your receivers for Miami? I mean, you got
Andre Johnson.
Yeah.
And it's going to end up being Malachi Toney.
Are you starting?
I'll go on and throw him in there.
Are you going to start Greg Olsen or Jeremy Shockey at tight end?
For NFL success, Olsen for the 1 year, I would go Shockey.
Yeah, but I think Greg Olsen for your NFL success there. Your running back at Miami, Edgerrin James. Is that who your starting running back is?
Edgerrin James for sure, and then also Alonzo Highsmith, maybe?
Yeah, I think I'd go Edgerrin James
Yeah,
there.
I would definitely go Edgerrin James as
And
your starter.
my Lord, that defense done away now.
Well, the offensive line would be incredible,
The
too.
offensive line's incredible, but your defense, I mean, I might could have a two deep at defense that I like out of Miami.
Yeah, I'd like my quarterback room when Kozar and Testaverde are having to, hold a clipboard for Jim Kelly.
For Jim Kelly, that's not a bad quarterback room.
Yeah.
Yeah, Miami is probably the better challenge for Pitt than USC is. Just because you
don't know, man. I mean, think about USC's tackles.
Anthony Munoz.
And Tony Baselli.
Yeah, that's pretty dang good.
I mean, those are just incredible tackles.
Yeah.
Would you not consider Jimmy Graham at tight end?
Well, for Miami?
Yeah.
I mean Miami's probably got the best tight end.
I mean, Graham had a better NFL career than Jeremy Shockey.
Yeah.
Olsen had,
but
had,
I think
had
Olsen's
the better
the best.
overall. Yeah.
Better than Graham or Shockey.
We ought to do this sometime.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got to take time to think.
Yeah, let's spend a little time on it. Let's do it next. Let's do it in 2 weeks.
Let's
do it in August. Let's do it in August. We'll bring it back in August.
You write it down. Remember.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we need to start dividing up some teams so we can all pick the greatest players. Like USC has 11, 12 NFL Hall of Famers?
Well, again, you're talking about at the NFL level. Yeah, and that's about right. But I think they've got 7 Heisman Trophy winners.
Yeah, but remember, this is what we're doing. We're building an NFL team from one school. Because the greatest program of all time is Alabama. So we're doing the college game, but it's going to be from one school in the NFL.
I'll tell you what, with Alabama, I can build a really good defense.
Yeah, you can build a good team.
You just don't have a quarterback.
I could build a really good team with LSU.
Yep. And I do have a quarterback there. That helps me with LSU. Yeah, given some time to think about this.
I mean, I will remind you that Sean Alexander was a NFL MVP one year. Bobby Humphrey was an AFC player of the year.
He was pro for sure.
Yeah, and he was rookie of the year, wasn't he?
Yeah. Just at the running back. Derrick Henry, by the way, is pretty good.
No, Henry would be your guy.
Yeah, Henry's your starting running back.
I was getting to him, but Henry's pretty good.
And you've got a wealth of receivers you could choose from, including Don Hudson if you want to go way back in the day.
Yeah. Linemen are going to be okay.
You've got a tight end that many consider the best to play the game if you play
Dwight
Ozzie Newsome at tight end.
Hannah to center and guard. And somewhere you start working in the Saban years.
No, I mean, and on defense, you're just loaded, man.
Derek Thomas, Cornelius Bennett before you even get to the Saban years.
If you add head coach, both USC and Alabama would be light years ahead of Pittsburgh. Johnny Majors, I mean, come on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Jackie Sherrill was there too for a little bit, right? One of them won the championship.
But still, I mean, Johnny Majors, Jackie Sherrill, Pete Carroll, Nick Saban.
But again, this is in the NFL, so which
Pete
guy
Carroll.
coached in the NFL?
Yeah, Pete Carroll. Yeah.
Won a Super Bowl, went to 2.
Yeah. Interesting discussion. Larry Fitzgerald very adamant that it's Pittsburgh, and he's not.
Well, you're right.
He's in the argument.
He has thought about that.
Yeah, and he made a great argument.
He's in. He's in the. He was like, whoa.
Yeah, he might be right.
Yeah.
Well, how has Pitt not won more?
Well, I think Georgia would be really, really good too.
Yeah.
They are the 1976 national champions.
Correct.
And then played for it in 80 when Georgia beat them.
That is right.
Down in
those are 2 that are barely in my lifetime.
Yeah.
But, Kenny Pickett was your Heisman runner-up, and they won 11 games and the ACC that year.
It's just, I mean, I don't have, well, I was about to say something that I was going to immediately discount. So I'll go ahead and say it. When you don't have an on-campus stadium, it's hard to have a good, consistent program. Now, Miami would be the one that would argue against that.
They actually had the on-campus stadium back in the 70s.
Pitt did. They did.
1976
They did. I remember watching those games.
Yeah, it was just a bowl. But
it was just a bowl, but I remember early on in the 80s.
Back then, Bryant Denny was just a bowl.
That's right,
though.
yeah. But it was a big bowl. I mean, I think it held like 80,000 people, Jim.
I think so.
If you go back and look at, I think it was just called Pitt Stadium.
I think it was too.
And I remember that for some reason they were an ESPN staple back then. ESPN would show a lot of Pitt home games. I remember my dad and I watching those together, and we always kind of liked that. I don't know why we liked that little on-campus stadium, but we did.
I would assume Notre Dame, you could probably build a pretty good.
And Joe Montana is your quarterback.
Joe Montana is your quarterback.
Yeah.
Ironically, I think you're going to hurt at receiver a little bit.
Yeah, I can't think of a dominant. I mean, Rocket Ishmael was not a great NFL player. Tim Brown was really good.
Yeah, but compared to who we're talking about,
no, Tim Brown
was
good.
A stud.
Tim Brown measures up.
Yeah.
Rocket Ishmael doesn't.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I mean, Tim Brown's probably one of the greatest 50 receivers of all time.
Yeah.
Okay, but we've got 49 others that are better than you.
Well, you rated him at 50. I don't know if that's where he falls in.
All right, one more thing to get to in this segment before we get to trash in our next segment. The show today being brought to you in part by our friends at Hemphill. Tell us about Hemphill, LT.
Trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1956. Our friends at Hemphill Services. Whether you experience plumbing, heating, cooling, any of these issues arise in your home or business, they are ready to serve you. Hard to stop a train. 205-229-2090. Call Adam, Chad, Andrew, the guys there. Tell them the next round sent you. For more information, hemphillservices.com.
Terrion Arnold facing still a life sentence, depending on how the legal system plays out. Did get a workout with the Texans. Remember, Terrion's only 23. That's a good sign. So he did on-the-field workout for the Texans. According to reports, also interested in Terrion Arnold, the Colts, the Jets, and the Seahawks. So not everybody backing away from Terrion Arnold yet.
Well, I mean, what that tells me is, because based on his first 2 years, doesn't seem like he's really going to be a massive difference maker. Or maybe they believe that because you would think that they would do their due diligence and at least know which way this thing was leaning legally to even take on the shitstorm PR-wise of bringing him on.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was a good sign, too. I'm like LT, that if he's getting workouts, that somebody thinks that there's a path to him winning this thing.
Yeah, normally you don't want a guy to hang out to show up with a GPS monitor, which he has to now, court ordered.
Yeah, I told Dunaway before the show, I had seen that his legal team argued, look, he's an NFL player. You know, he can't really play in the NFL with an ankle monitor. And I'm like, I hate that for Terrion. You know we love Terrion, but if I'm the judge, I'm like, well, you know what? An attorney would have to wear one. A doctor would have to wear one. A nurse would have to wear one. A school teacher would have to wear one. Your guys know better than them. And I'm sorry he's got himself in this situation potentially, but he's just going to have to deal with it. And I mean, that is an unfortunate aspect of it. The other thing this tells you, though, and we talk about this often on the show, just how desperately the NFL needs quality defensive backs. And is he a quality defensive back? I don't know. Detroit felt like it wasn't worth the headache to keep him around. So that tells you how Detroit felt about his quality of defensive back.
Well, and you wonder if his agent, which is, I didn't realize he was represented by a woman named Nicole Lynn, but she said, I feel like he will be signed by a team in 45 days, within 45 days. So you don't know if she's just posturing, trying to think other teams are like, maybe somebody's really interested in this guy.
Now, I would say, and we talked about this with Aiden Holloway to tie this in together, he's far from a flight risk. Like, once the season gets here, because this will not be wrapped up by the time the season starts.
I don't think so.
No, I mean, this will, I think they were saying this trial will probably not even start until next year. I mean, I would say he's not a very big flight risk, so we could probably do away with the ankle monitor if he's on an NFL team. Wouldn't you think? I mean, isn't that the purpose of the ankle monitor?
The James Pierce situation, we had Mike Johnson on last week, and we were talking about James Pierce specifically. That seems like a much worse situation. And more than likely, Pierce might get a 6-game suspension, but he's going to play again for sure, just because he's so talented.
I'm just saying the ankle monitor is there to say, okay, you can't go here and you can't go here, and the monitor is going to tell us. I mean, if a guy's on an NFL roster, he's not a flight risk. Now, I don't know if that's what they're trying to prevent.
Well, maybe if they can just take it off on
game day?
On game days.
Or at practice. I mean, if there's some sort of, monitoring of the ankle monitor.
Yeah. The Seahawks sold over the weekend, by the way. Bernard Kosla bought it. He's part owner, minority owner of the 49ers, so he'll have to get rid of those stocks that he owns of the 49ers to become the primary owner of the Seattle Seahawks. He himself is valued at $13.7 billion, according to Forbes. This should get approved in August, that he becomes the owner of the Seattle Seahawks, he and his family. He's got a son that is one of the owners of a cutting-edge AI healthcare firm. So he's a billionaire. Vinod has a venture capital firm. They paid $9.6 billion, 57% more than the Commanders sold for. It's a little over $6 billion. And here's the cool thing. Paul Allen, who bought the Seahawks in 1997, paid $194 million for it. It just sold for $9.6 billion. He saved it for the city of Seattle because they were about to move to Anaheim in 1997, because I believe that was at the time when LA did not have an NFL team.
Yeah, last team left in 94.
Anaheim's, I guess they would have built them a new stadium in Anaheim.
Would have built them a new stadium, and he loved Seattle. So much of his tech money was made there in Seattle, so he paid $194 million to keep the Seahawks in Seattle. They've turned into what they turned into, $9.6 billion. And in his will, when Paul Allen passed away, he told his family that at some point you've got to sell the franchise, and most of the money has to go to charity. And the kids are billionaires too. They expect most of the $9.6 billion to be going to Seattle charities.
Well, that's great. So most would be $5 billion. Can you imagine the impact $5 billion will make on local charities?
They're expecting almost all of it.
It's a great sports city too.
It really is. But I mean, charities, when you start chopping up, let's say most of it is $8 billion. When you start chopping up $8 billion to local charities, boy, that'll go a long way.
Yeah. So interesting that this family is so well off that they can, the biggest purchase in NFL history, most of that money could go to charity. $9.6 billion.
That's insane. That really is.
Yeah. And I forget how franchises used to almost bounce around, or did bounce around back in the day in the NFL. It's hard to imagine one moving now.
Yeah, but Anaheim just seems like a weird spot. I guess they were still playing in the Kingdome at the time. That's before they had gotten the new stadium, so they didn't have a great stadium.
I mean,
situation,
if you were looking at one, maybe Arizona.
Jacksonville always pops up, but they're building a new $1 billion SoFi East-like stadium down there, so I assume it's never going to leave.
I think most are pretty secure.
It does seem that way, right?
You know, I looked at the robot because my initial thought was, if the Seahawks are worth $9.6 billion. What are the Cowboys worth? And the Forbes had them at $13 billion. 13 billion. Most valuable sports team in the world. Boy, I mean, if the Seahawks are 9.5, I'd argue Cowboys are bigger than 13 now, wouldn't you?
Yeah, probably so.
That was $13 billion, probably based off the Commanders going for 6.5. You know what I'm saying?
So they're worth double they're worth two Commanders.
They're worth two Commanders.
Yeah.
So I would imagine if the Seahawks 9.6, I would imagine Jerry Jones approved this sale knowing that his franchise is now probably worth 16, 17 billion.
I mean, it's got to be.
I wonder what the number 2 franchise dollar-wise would be. Would it be the Rams because of SoFi?
It would have to be the Rams.
Probably. Either them or the Giants because of New York City.
I would say it has to be the Rams now.
I would think so.
Yeah, I thought I could pull it up quickly, but I can't. I can only find the Cowboys at number 1.
Yeah. In fact, I think I've seen it recently that it is the Rams.
I mean, because they own SoFi and because they're in LA, which is the number 2 media market in the world.
And it's a really good organization.
And it's a good organization. I mean, I would not be surprised at that at all.
Camps open up on July the 22nd, so not next week, but the week after that, we'll get to some NFL camp news. Over the weekend, Victor Wembanyama signs a 5-year, $252 million extension with San Antonio. Seems like a bargain.
Yeah, I mean, look, he could have maxed out over the next couple of years, and he has saved them essentially $50 million.
Yeah.
But I think he really wants to keep this core. When you look at Stephon Castle and you look at Dylan Harper, I mean, these guys should be good for a long, long time.
We'll do trash on the other side. The show brought to you by our friends at Champy's World Famous Fried Chicken. They bring you the final hour of the show every stinking day. They've done that now for 1,236 shows, and a little before we even did show number 1. Thanks to Sterling and the fine crew there at Champy's World Famous Fried Chicken, Highway 119 in Alabaster. Stop by and enjoy the great hand-cut chicken fingers and so much more. All the in-house made sides and desserts, and the chicken that's brined overnight, juicy to the bone when it's cooked to order. It's all right there, champyschicken.com.
When a motorcycle accident turns your world upside down, who's going to look out for your family while you're healing? Alexander Shinar Trial Attorneys is here for you, fighting for injured riders and getting families the compensation they deserve. The consultation is free. They don't get paid until you do. Alexander Shinar Trial Attorneys. Call 659-777-7777 or visit alexwins.law. Don't wait. Call 659-777-7777. alexwins.law. Physical offices, Birmingham.
Sterling and the fine folks at Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster want to welcome you in for a great lunch or dinner starting at 11 a.m. every day. Chicken that's brined overnight and cooked to order, and the taste of the Delta with those Delta recipe tamales. Champy's is perfect for all your tailgating needs this football season. You can also choose Champy's for your next party, wedding, or birthday. Great food, great people. Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster, and everything online at champyschicken.com.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Never miss anything from the next round when you listen on demand through the podcast platform of your choice. Apple, Spotify, iHeart, or Google Podcasts. Wherever you listen, always like, follow, subscribe, and turn on automatic downloads so you catch every part of the next round. Listen anywhere in the world at any time on the Next Round podcast feed, and support the show by following, subscribing, and turning on automatic downloads on any podcast platform. Thanks for always making the next round a big part of your day.
Remember the name Way to Wellness if you're battling weight loss in your life. I'm Jim Dunaway from the Next Round. There was a time I was over 216 pounds until Way to Wellness helped me lose 45 pounds, and now for over 2 years, they've helped me keep that weight off. Here's their website, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. That's a great name for a website because there's no cookie-cutter plan. Everything is designed specifically for you. No contract, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free at Way to Wellness.
Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop, rare quality, well-done service. Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090. Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today.
Here's my problem, since Cheese already has the microphone.
Yeah, we're talking about golf handicaps now.
Here's my problem is that if I shoot an 88 on a course I've never played before, and I was a 13.2 handicap, it went up to a 13.6. And I was like pretty happy that I got out of there with an 88.
Right.
I 3-putted 6 times, so I played really well. And then I go to a place I play a lot, at Ballantrae, and I shoot an 86 yesterday, and I went up to a 13.7. I'm like, I don't think I can play better than I'm playing, but I keep going up on my handicap.
Yeah.
It's telling me I need to shoot better than I'm shooting.
Yeah, most people would count that a blessing. Like
Yeah.
they play what they feel like is a good round, and their handicap goes up.
Yeah, the
But
computer keeps telling me I should do better.
You're trying to get your handicap as low as you can, and that's what we were talking about in the break. Is you play in some golf tournaments where there's a net involved, which, by the way, Hugh Freeze won his flight again, and
That's two wins this summer.
That's the
That's
summer.
two wins for Hugh Freeze this
he
summer.
won his flight in the Moores Mill. Member. I saw that on Instagram.
Yeah, that's not in the state of Georgia though. Is
No,
it?
it's in Auburn. Moores Mill. Yeah,
Well, I'm just saying he can't win. Can't beat Georgia.
Well, it's 2 wins in Auburn. It's more than he had. All right. But some people have a sandbag handicap, and you run into that in events like we were talking about in the break. And then some people have a vanity handicap. There's a guy, y'all probably are completely unaware of him, but he does the golf content for Barstool. And he goes by the name Riggs. I don't know if it's his actual name or not, but he goes by the name Riggs. And this guy does a lot of their golf videos, and they'll go play all these courses. Like, they play great courses. Like, if the U.S. Open at Shinnecock, they'll get to play Shinnecock in advance of that. And Kevin Kisner, the former tour player, now with NBC, is part of their operation. He goes and plays with them a lot. This guy,
I like to call him Kiz.
This Riggs guy from Barstool calls himself a 4 handicap, and they put these videos out, and he is terrible. Like, he barely breaks 90. I'm like, there is no chance this guy's a 4 handicap. It's a vanity handicap. I mean, he hits shots. I've seen 4 handicaps.
But
play.
see, that's almost embarrassing because
It
you
is
play
totally
with people
embarrassing.
and you
Yes.
go out there and they know that you're not a 4 handicap.
That's right. It is totally embarrassing. I don't know why anyone would want to do that.
I don't understand why people don't just play with their accurate handicap.
I agree completely with you, Lance.
Scotty Scheffler missed the cut at Scotland. British Open, last major is this week. Who's the favorite to win it?
A guy named Scotty Scheffler. Perhaps you've heard of him.
He just missed the cut.
I'm well aware. First cut he had missed in 1,400 days, though, so it's not like he's...
Yeah, but it was wet.
I mean,
and
Tiger
it was on a links course.
Tiger Woods occasionally would miss a cut.
Yeah, but it's wet on a links course. What are they going to play this week?
It's a links course.
And wet. Has anybody ever been to Ireland?
No.
Well, a lot of people have. I have not.
Yeah.
By the way, 13 straight events he has not won.
I may have the opportunity to go
Seems
to
like a
Ireland.
long time.
I may have
He
an
was telling me
opportunity to go
this.
to Ireland soon, and I hear it's a great trip. Great people.
Yeah, it's supposed to be awesome.
Yeah. But what do you do when you're there? Like,
play golf.
You go to pubs, go to
pubs.
castles.
I mean, other than going to pubs, castles, okay.
Oh, yeah.
But the shoreline, at least the ones they build the
No.
golf course on, doesn't look like it's a.
Yeah, it's not 38. Yeah.
It looks like it's always 54 and raining. there.
Everybody's walking on the beach. Their dogs are, walking their dogs on the beach or whatever, and they're all wearing jackets and,
Yeah.
Yeah,
hip
but how
coverage
long
and
would you
stuff.
go over for?
For about a week.
Yeah, I would do Scotland too then.
Short drive.
I mean, they're right there, and then you could do the United Kingdom if you stayed 10 days.
Yeah. 10 days.
Lance, what are you, a travel agent?
I mean, I wouldn't go.
Sorry. I'll have to
I mean,
talk to Tyler's accounnt first to see if I can stay 10 days.
I mean, 7. That's a long way to fly for 7 days.
Yeah.
Was your passport updated?
Not yet. We're working.
Yeah,
on
you'll need to go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
That's not an overnight.
That's on our to-do list.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't put that off. Don't put that off.
Don't put that off. Happy birthday to my wife, Maggie. Birthday today. Also to my poker playing friend, Blake.
Wow.
Who I think is the high school basketball coach, women's basketball coach at Pell City High School
You
now.
think he is?
Yeah. God, somebody else had a birthday today. Wasn't Hugh Freeze. It was
Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford. That's right.
And
It's his
Cheech Martin.
birthday.
Cheech.
Yeah.
Cheech
Yeah.
and Harrison
Almost like it
Ford.
was 4 downs. It was
Yes.
somebody else that had a birthday today. Anyway, happy birthday, Maggie, if you're watching. I almost said that with a straight face. The show being brought to you by our friends at Storm Restoration Roofing. Greg from Pell City. He and his wife Andrea own the company. It's been locally owned for almost 3 decades now. Greg is just absolutely the best. A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. And as our viewers and listeners will tell you, Greg will come out, give you a free no-cost roof inspection. Sometimes he's done a little fix on the roof while he was up there, giving you the free no-cost roof inspection, comes down and tells our listeners, because he loves the next round, hey, don't worry about it. It was just this or that. I fixed it while I was up there. Don't worry about it. Hoping you'll call him back in 3, 4, or 5 years when it's time to replace your roof. He does roof replacements. He does storm damage repairs. He does so much, including a soft wash program. Call Storm Restoration Roofing. at 205-542-3531, 205-542-3531 for that no-cost roof inspection. Also, check out everything they offer at stormrestorationroofing.com. Before we get to trash, get that ready for us there, Cheese. Hats off to Cheese. 2 days, Friday and now today, running the board back there. Give me the shot of Cheese there. Give me the old, there we go. Tyler's doing the Forrester job because Forrester did Chicago this weekend with his family. He's back tomorrow, I think. And there's Cheese, man. Say something to the microphone so we can make it 3 shows in a row. I've got you on air.
Yeah, I mean, it's been fun, and I might be doing it Wednesday now.
That's right. It looks like a World Cup may force him into action.
So the call came back from the accountant, Tyler's accountant.
Tyler's got to sell one more hoodie and one more pair of shorts, and he's there.
How close are you, Tyler? Are you close on this?
I mean, I'm just kind of monitoring prices.
Okay.
I'm thinking that I'll probably buy the ticket like the morning of, because that's when scalpers will be panic selling.
Okay.
But if it drops, into my budget, I'll just go ahead and snag it.
I think what Brown is asking, could we make a donation to get your budget a little higher? Is that what you're asking, Brown?
That's not. That was not what I said. But
take that back.
If we didn't do his bucket list last week, he did do this last week.
Yeah, I mean, I was not here. Was there a?
I would not break your back financially to put yourself in a bad situation to go to another one. That's just my advice.
Did we do a telethon for Tyler while I was going? What happened?
I would say this, Tyler: Argentina, England. When are you ever going to see that again?
That's what I'm saying.
Semifinals of the World Cup.
And
I would not take financial advice from Dunaway.
I mean,
I would not.
Do you have a 401k? I would cash that in right now. Forget the penalties. Cash it in right now. Pay the penalties and go to the World Cup.
No, I don't think. Do we have a 401k here?
You have an option?
Yeah.
You didn't check that box?
I didn't know it was an option.
You get a 401k anywhere.
Do you read any of your emails?
Check's going to be a lot less with a 401k, right?
Do you read any of your emails?
In that case, never mind.
I love Dunaway asking somebody if they read their emails.
Come on, Tyler. Do we have a 401k? All right. Hopefully Tyler goes on Wednesday.
You say that like a YouTuber 401k is a regular thing.
Your accountant would tell you it probably is.
Yeah, Brown, give me the number of your wealth manager so I can get everything in order for Wednesday.
All right, 48 days away from the start of the college football season, but we're right to the point where we start trash today, brought to you by our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. 70 years, they've been taking care of you with compassionate care here in Central Alabama. Absolutely the best in the business, in my opinion. I use them. LT uses them. You can too. Urological care, everything. Prostate health, the kidney stones, testosterone treatments, ED. They can handle it all. You can check it out online, urologycentersalabama.com, to see all their services. urologycentersalabama.com. 1 in 8 American men impacted by some kind of prostate issue in their life. Stay on top of your health, guys. 205-930-0920 to make an appointment. urologycentersalabama.com.
But you guys have sharded, right?
I have. Yes,
I
absolutely.
think
Every man's done
they
that.
could be.
But I think you're reading way too much into this.
LT's Trash is presented by Bud Light.
Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Our friends from Bud Light. We start first with a video that I saw probably 4 or 5 times over the weekend. Because I was wondering if it was AI the first time I saw it, and then I was like, there's no chance this is AI. This is legitimate. Grandfather seriously injured at Yellowstone National Park this past Friday after an agitated bull bison charged him and tossed him 8 feet into the air.
Man, stay away from 3,000-pound animals. He was a long way away from him.
He's at a campground.
The bison is just laying around on the ground.
Yeah, but you go into Yellowstone, that's their environment.
Well, you know what's happened.
What?
Yeah.
What? You want to say it? But if you go back to the start of this video, how far away do you think he is?
Oh, that's
100 yards?
That's at least 75, LT.
Yeah, I would
That's a zoomed-in camera. I'm going to say the damn Duke boys in their white truck.
Now, I wonder what would happen, because that is
he's taking a picture right there.
Right, with number 14.
Okay. That number taking a picture.
Him and Tyler Watts.
Now, he's mad. The truck did something to piss it off.
Yeah, look, he's looking right at the truck when he starts to run away.
I'm getting my war paint on. I'm going to waller in this dirt.
Yeah, look, right here.
There goes good old.
This is an issue. If somebody pulls a gun on that bison, you got to say, hey, he was saving a human life.
Yeah.
By the way, I saw a dude get bear sprayed by these teenage girls over the weekend. Another one of these videos that popped up. crazy.
Yeah, there was and Brown, you understand this, right? On the golf course, you occasionally see an animal, but like a raccoon's not supposed to be out in the middle of the day.
No.
Like when it's 12:30 in the heat.
Yeah.
There was a raccoon walking towards our green. We were playing in Prattville on Friday.
Probably on drugs.
Well, we were thinking it was rabid.
Yeah, it could be.
Good chance.
Yeah.
I mean, they are nocturnal. I mean, that makes no sense.
I mean, it was. I mean, you know how hot it was Friday. 12:30 bright. It wasn't in a shady area. It was just walking in the sun towards us. We were like, that thing's rabid as hell. Let's get out of here.
And even during the day, they'll typically avoid the light or people or noise or any of that.
Yeah.
A Ryanair passenger reportedly.
You know who I thought it was?
Who?
I thought it was a brown bandit ready for football season.
Close enough, man.
Just a
48
raccoon,
days.
just a rabid raccoon.
Ryanair passenger was reportedly saved by his wife after a cabin window dislodged during a flight from Greece to Germany, leaving his head and shoulders outside of the aircraft.
This scares me so much.
Now, the incident occurred Friday, July 10th, aboard Ryanair flight FR 1879, which was traveling from Greece to Germany. The Boeing 737, operated by Ryanair subsidiary Malta Air, climbed to roughly 16,000 feet before the pilots abandoned the ascent, returned to the airport where the plane landed safely. Local reports claim debris from an apparent engine malfunction shattered the acrylic passenger window, causing the cabin to rapidly depressurize. However, the exact cause of the damage has not been officially confirmed.
So if he doesn't have his belt on, he's gone.
Oh, yeah.
But his belt just means his head was hanging out the window. Can you imagine?
According to a witness, quote, the head and shoulders of one passenger were outside of the window, adding the man had fortunately kept his seatbelt fastened. The passenger, reportedly 61-year-old Serbian man, was prevented from being completely pulled through the opening after his wife grabbed and held onto his legs. That is terrifying.
Do you keep your belt on when you're in the seat?
I usually don't.
I usually do. Not for this reason. Just, I don't know. Just if I'm not getting up, why go to the hassle of unbuckling?
Well, normally I just loosen it.
Yeah,
I'll keep it on, but I'll loosen it so it's just kind of there.
Well, I play it loose anyway.
Yeah.
Depending on how long the flight is, I know I'm at least going to get up once.
I never get up if I can.
Well, I can fight it as long as I can.
If I can avoid it,
I do too.
No,
If you're on a 4-hour plus, it's really hard not to do it.
Let's get off this plane because I got to pee. I'm that guy.
Yeah, I know.
Let's keep moving.
Well, I start doing the math. I look at flight time remaining, and then you consider, well, you could get delayed getting to the gate.
I've had 2 Diet Cokes.
I've had 2 Diet
When
Cokes.
we came back, we were on the tarmac for 2.5 hours. And then it was a 4-hour flight, so roughly 7 hours.
But Brown, they at least got free drinks, right?
No.
Oh, they didn't get free drinks.
AC turn off?
AC was off the whole time on the tarmac. It was terrible.
Well, at least you weren't in the Caribbean.
But then, sent Delta a nice detailed response.
You did?
Maddie did.
Maddie did?
A couple of weeks ago, no response.
You knew the answer to that before
Yeah, I know.
No response.
Ask and answer.
Yes. So Delta didn't even respond to Maddie? What, she sent him a DM?
No, I mean, they're like, if you've got a problem with the flight or whatever, just list out, and there was a million things that went down. But,
why was Maddie's opinion of my hands being discussed on the show the other day?
Oh, we were just talking about soft hands.
Oh.
She was talking about how
She's
soft
always,
hands are.
did y'all also say she tells me I smell good?
I
We haven't
don't
gotten to
remember
that
that.
one
But,
yet.
yeah.
Yeah.
Maddie
Well,
always.
I did mention that Maddie wasn't the only one. Different remotes we've gone to over
Oh,
the
no,
years
I've got
have been-
soft hands. I do not deny I've got soft hands. The only issue with my hands, I've got, you see that callus right there from golf.
How do you still have a callus from golf, though? Is it going to be one of those forever?
Yeah, it's forever. It's just where you grip the club.
By the way,
And I play without a glove, too. I don't wear a glove. So.
While you were gone, I became a glove guy.
Oh, you go to a glove now?
Yep.
I've never worn it. Well, I can't say I haven't worn a glove since I was.
So how do you make that decision to go to a glove? Was it wet outside or something?
Well, it was hot, and for some reason this year, my hands have started to sweat a little bit. I've never had.
See,
sweaty
my hands don't sweat either. That's another thing.
Yeah.
That's why I don't wear a glove. Is my hands don't
And
sweat.
mine didn't either for the first century and a half of
and
my
now-
life. And now they're sweaty during the summertime, and it was just becoming too much with the heat and humidity. So I threw a glove on there, and it has helped my game tremendously.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
Tremendous.
You can ask Maddie. She always tells me I smell good. Yeah. Soft hands and I smell
Make
good.
sure I do that
I
immediately.
think that's a good combo. Soft hands and you smell good.
I
I'm
may
not
be
gonna complain.
I'm gonna try 2 gloves soon.
Oh, Tommy, 2 gloves? Or like Aaron Wright that won the PGA. He wears 2.
DoorDash driver got up and soldiered on to deliver a customer's order after being struck by a robbery suspect fleeing police in a high-speed trip.
we can hit our human, but not a bison. What are we doing?
Hey, well, he's done with the Why does he abandon his car right here?
Well, it's a crappy car to start with.
Well, it is, but
damn, how did that not crush her?
I know.
Yeah. But like it's already.
Damn, he's gonna run his ass over too.
But
Cop.
The car's already been wrecked, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's got some damage on it.
Looks
Yeah.
banged up already.
Hey, look, she's about to make the delivery.
Yeah, that's
Wait
what
a minute.
Unidentified delivery driver parked
can't-
outside of a customer's home in Houston, Texas. When she stepped outside of her car, you see she gets hit. The car driven by Torrance Whitaker, 34, man wanted for burglary. He fled several police cruisers who were chasing him in a high-speed encounter. The delivery driver attempted to back up her vehicle to avoid being hit, but the car slammed into hers, struck her, sending her onto the hood of the suspect's car. He immediately got out of the car, fled over a series of fences through several backyards. Meanwhile, the driver simply picked up the food and took it to the customer's front door.
Okay,
Doesn't check up at all. She doesn't think twice.
I'm not lying here. Whoever she works for, they should give her a year's worth of salary.
I don't disagree.
Like a
It's
six-figure.
DoorDash, so there is no salary, there is no hourly, and she will receive nothing.
Yeah. She deserves
some sort of pay. She immediately
I agree.
went for the
She's
bag.
like, she doesn't think
Immediately
twice.
went for the bag and then completed the
She
delivery.
doesn't be like, how did this guy hit me? Why is a cop screaming down the road? No, she immediately picks it up and goes to the door.
Wait,
it's
now,
crazy.
is it food? Do we know it's food?
Yeah.
Probably. Watch how quick she gets the bag.
What?
here.
Watch.
I hate
One,
to say it. I'm gonna be
two.
ups-
I mean, it's 2 seconds.
I'm gonna be upset that my sandwich is screwed up.
Oh yeah, Jim would
You guys
bitch.
remember
Yeah, he'd bitch about it.
when
but-
Cam Newton fumbled in the Super Bowl?
I
just stood there and
Yeah.
stared at it.
Yeah, I mean, look, this chick, she gets
right on
Yeah.
it.
That's unbelievable.
I hate to say this, but I think I would get Maddie to write a letter to DoorDash here to complain about my food being juggled.
And not only that, watch. I mean, when she picks it up, she only briefly glances back at the police officer driving through someone's yard trying to hit the guy.
And there's no limp.
Getting her phone out, ready to take a picture of this being delivered.
McGregor got $30 million to blow his knee with one flying kick the other night.
Yep.
What she probably didn't make. What do you think her tip was on this? Just guessing, Tyler, based on experience. $5?
Yeah, probably like $7. Her hustle to get the food to the door makes me think that she might have been on one of DoorDash's missions where they send you on like it's like complete 10 deliveries in 2 hours for a $7 bonus.
Oh, okay.
And then people end up getting in wrecks that way.
Dude, I would have laid out if I was her.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah,
I mean,
'cause the cops are chasing this. This is on the cops. You know, you're not supposed to go through populated areas.
I don't know exactly what I'd do. I'd call Alexander Shinar trial attorneys right now with this video in
Oh,
hand.
hey, if Shinar watches this cruise thing I told you about, the new Netflix documentary, boy, those people were lining up.
Class action.
Oh my gosh. Okay, finally, a woman was told by doctors to drink 1.5 liters of soda a day to relieve her painful condition that left her with a large mass in her stomach. 63-year-old woman from Massachusetts has been suffering from type 2 diabetes and obesity. She had been taking semaglutide, a drug similar to Ozempic that caused her to lose 40 pounds in 1 year. Now, she started suffering from a burning pain in her upper abdomen, right side and back. She tried over-the-counter meds for acid reflux, but the pain persisted, leading doctors to perform endoscopy. Now, GLP-1 receptor like this caused gastric emptying to happen at a much lower, slower rate, sometimes leaving a mass of undigested material known as gastric bezoar. Now, the doctors found one in the woman's stomach, took her off the medication, and provided her with a prescription, suggested she consume 1.5 liters of soda. She agreed to, as long as it was Diet Coke because of her diabetes. They agreed, and it's starting to work.
I knew there was some sort of health benefit to Diet Coke. I've had plenty of it in my life.
Yep.
Diet Coke is
Clinically
not just
stable
for
condition
breakfast.
now.
Yep.
Good for her.
Yeah. Glad you made it.
And good for everyone. That's a fun trash there, brought to you today by our friends at Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Don't forget to get by to your local walk-ons here in Central Alabama, Stadium Trace, Trustful, and the one on Highway 280, Tattersall Park, and help our friends with Folds of Honor Alabama. Folds of Honor Alabama, you get $2 bottle, $3 draft Bud and Bud Light all month long, all the way until July 31st. We'll be back out at one of the local walk-ons on July 31st with a big check presentation for all the money going to Folds of Honor Alabama. Thank you for going by. There's QR codes on every table so you can actually donate more than just drinking a couple of good cold Bud Lights. It's our friends at Walk-Ons, Adams Beverage, Budweiser, Bud Light, and, of course, Anheuser-Busch, all for our friends at Folds of Honor, Alabama. Forster back with us tomorrow. Brooks back later this week. Cheese and Tyler, thank you guys. Glad to have Brownie back. LT and I will see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. Central Time. Until next time, God bless you and God bless America.